Hey friends, before we dive into tonight's story, did you know that nearly 80% of the people who watch these videos aren't subscribed? If you're enjoying this kind of content, consider hitting the subscribe button. It really helps a lot, and it keeps these long stories going. Also, I'd love to hear from you. What time is it right now where you are, and which city are you listening from tonight? And if these stories help you sleep, feel free to tap the thanks button to support the channel. It truly means a lot. All right, let's get into it. I'm already driving down Farm to Market Road 193, lights off, engine purring low, when I realize I never hit record on the dash cam. Doesn't matter, you're here now. Listen, the night is so quiet it feels like the world stopped breathing. I'm 10-8, cruising the stretch between Van Horn and the old Pecos County line. The speedometer hovers at 25, tires hum on cracked asphalt. I smell diesel from a passing rig hours ago, taste dust on my tongue. My radio's silent, no traffic, no calls. Just me and the horizon, a smear of stars overhead. I slide my hand down to the center console, run my fingers across the micro-cassette recorder I keep stashed beneath stale coffee cups. I hit play. The tape crackles, then my voice, "Dispatch, this is Deputy Cole Ramsey." All quiet, night shift dragging. That was 2 hours ago. Since then, everything changed. I'm parked half on, half off the shoulder. Headlights dimmed. I watch the wreck of an old pump station. A faded sign reading, "Blue Star Gasoline," one lone bulb flickering yellow. The windows of the attached convenience store are dark, though the neon "Open" sign pulses on and off, like a heartbeat in the void. No clerk inside. I checked earlier, door locked, no movement. No sound but the wind rattling the rusted siding. I lean back, angle the recorder toward me and whisper, "You'd think after 15 years you'd get used to this. You don't. Not out here, not when the world's asleep and the dark gets hungry." I close my eyes, remember the first time I felt it, alone on shift, new badge heavy on my chest, sky wide as forever. I thought I was ready. I wasn't. Nobody is. Boot steps crunch on gravel. I freeze, hand drifting to my holster. The recorder picks up the faint click of my door unlocking. I don't turn, I let him come. He stands at the edge of the headlights, silhouette tall, shoulders broad under a battered hat. Figure of a man, but something about his stance is off balance, like he's leaning into a wind I can't feel. He doesn't raise his hands, he just watches. Silence thicker than oil. My mouth goes dry, I keep the engine off, let the darkness fill the cab. Finally, I say, "Evening," voice low, calm, meant for him, meant for you. He tilts his head, no answer, just the night pressing in. I step out. Gravel spits under my boots. I flip on my flashlight. Beam cuts a narrow path through the black. It lands on his boots first. Scuffed leather, dust-caked. I raise it to his face. The light trembles. Eyes, dark, too dark, no whites visible. He stares back. No pupil movement, just empty reflection. My breath catches. I force myself to take another step. "Sir," I say, "you lost?" He nods once, slow, mechanical. I sweep the beam around. Nothing else out here but tumbleweeds drifting across the asphalt. The wind picks up, carrying a faint clatter, metal on metal. I turn back. He's holding something long and thin, a shovel? I can't tell. Shadow blends with shadow. I clear my throat. "You can't be out here alone. Trespassing. This is private property." He raises the object. I see shovelhead glint under my light. I swallow, didn't hear any cries, no CB call, no tip, just him, digging in the dark. "Name?" I ask. Standard. He presses lips together. Shovel clanks as he shifts weight. Then he speaks. Voice low, gravel-toned. I'm looking for her. My pulse spikes. Who? He steps forward. The beam follows. I catch the glint of metal. Handcuffs, number pickaxe, number shovel handle. He grips it like a lifeline. My daughter, he says. She didn't come home. I glance at the pump station. No sign of movement inside. The highway beyond is empty. I glance back. He's already begun walking toward the gas pumps, shovel dragging. I hesitate, then follow. Every instinct screaming. At the pumps he stops, lifts the shovel, presses it against the concrete pad, rubs the blade with a dirty thumb. They said she left, got in a car, headed east. That was 2 days ago. Who said? I keep a voice gentle. Training. Keep them talking. He doesn't answer. He levels the shovel at the cracked asphalt. I know they lie. Wind gust. The neon, open, sputters. I hear the faint buzz of electricity, then silence. My radio crackles to life. A static, then a soft voice. Ramsey, you there? I hit talk. Copy, go ahead. Deputy, we had a 1066 reported at mile marker 43, roughly 10 miles east. Possible overturned tractor-trailer. Respond. Code 3, question mark. I hesitate. Tape is running. The moment's recorded. He watches me. I glance at him, then back at the radio. Dispatch. I'm with an individual at the Blue Star pump station. Suspects unarmed, cooperative. I'll check the scene on foot after. Copy that. Backup en route. I kill the mic. Radio goes silent. He says, they sent someone after the rig, but not after me. Where did you last see her? I ask. He presses lips tight. By the water tower north of Pecos. She said she'd meet me there, but the tower's empty, just echoes. I frown. Pecos County Water Tower sits in a fenced lot, locked gate. No reason for anyone to go there at night. Why wait 2 days to call? He laughs, a hollow sound. I've been calling, but no one listens to an old man in wind-torn plains. They hear wind, crickets, the hum of a rig. They don't hear me. I nod. I know that feeling. The world out here only hears what it wants. I shine the light on his face again. Let me make some calls, see if anyone's reported a missing person. Meanwhile, you stay here. He shakes his head. I can't wait. His voice cracks. I need to find her before. He trails off. I glance at the dark horizon. No headlights, no movement. Before what? He looks up at the sky, before the stars forget to shine. I don't get it, but I nod. All right, walk me through it. He starts pacing toward the convenience store door. Locked chain rattles in his wake. I follow. He crouches, presses his ear to the door, listens, then stands. She came in here, got water, talked to the clerk. I check my watch, 1:45 a.m., clerk's long gone. I shine my light inside the window. Shelves empty of customers, aisles of stale chips. No sign of a child, no footprints on the dusty floor. I lean close, breathe fogs on the glass. Any idea what she bought? He nods. Grape soda and that sandwich from the cooler. He presses his palm to the glass above the handle. She left this print. He points to a smudge, finger streak. I crouch and inspect. It's just dirt, maybe grease. Could be hers, could be anyone's. I stand. All right, let's check the rig. I nod toward the big rig by pump 2. Engine off now, no lights. I step around, he trails. I lay my palm on the metal door. It's cold. I open it. Empty cab, bunk bed stained. Clipboard on dash, shipping manifest for fertilizer. No personal items, nothing to say who was here. I close the door. He scans the ground, hands trembling. He kneels, brushes gravel aside. Underneath, a small shoelace, purple. I pick it up with a glove. It's frayed at the end. Child-sized. I look at him. He nods, voice a whisper. That's hers. My radio crackles again. Deputy Ramsey, backup is 10 out. ETA 5 minutes. But the minus Nanga? 10-4, I answer. I slip the lace into an evidence bag. I hand it to him. Keep this safe. He folds it into his jacket. Stands, wipes dust from knees. We go on foot. I hesitate. This is off book. No search warrant. No missing person report filed. But the look in his eyes stops me. I click off the radio. Okay, on foot. We step into the night together. Me in uniform. Him in a wind-worn jacket and that shovel slung over his shoulder like a promise. We walk east along the road. Gravel underfoot. Wind in my ears. Headlights off. Just the beam from my flashlight cutting a tunnel through the dark. He hums something. Lullaby? No words, just melody. Makes my skin crawl. My lullaby, he says. She loved it. We pass the water tower exit. A rusted gate yawns open. He stops, points. This way. I sweep the light. Empty field, mesquite trees, barbed wire fence. Tire tracks gouged in the dirt. Faint, half erased. Someone's been dragging something, I say. He nods. Her bike. He kneels, traces a track. She rode her bike when she was little. Left it here, then got spooked by headlights, ran into the field. I shine the beam deeper. Thin, waist-high grass, shadows twisting. I step in, grass whispers against my boots. The air is colder here, a smell of creosote and ancient earth. I think I hear distant metal creak, wind chime? No, wind chime at the pump station. He steps beside me. You hear that? He whispers. I cock my head. Nothing, only wind. But then, a thump. My heart leaps. He grips my arm. We freeze. Flashlight trembles. Another thump from the east. Dull, muffled, like something heavy rolling. I swallow. What is it? He exhales. Her bike. He points ahead. I sweep the light. There, half buried in grass, spokes glinting. Purple paint chipped, handlebars bent. I walk to it, kneel, touch the frame. It's cold, like steel in a freezer. I rise. We gonna move it? He shakes his head. She left it, went on. We follow the tire tracks. They lead toward a shallow wash, dry creek bed. I shine the light down. Sand ripples. Footprints, adult and small. They vanish where the wash narrows under mesquites. I step down. The wash walls rise, shadowed. We crouch. He holds the recorder. I hold the light, every breath loud, every snap of twig a gunshot in my mind. He whispers, "She ran through here." She called my name. His voice cracks. He grips the shovel. I followed, lost her where the wall caved in. I scan the wall, collapsed earth, roots exposed. Loose dirt could hide a body. My gut twists. I kneel, brush dirt. Small handprint, kid size. I press finger to it, fine ridges. I look at him. He nods, tears shining. I stand. We dig? He hefts the shovel, hand steady. We dig. I grab a second shovel from my cruiser trunk. We work side by side. Shovel bites earth. Clods fly. The wind presses in. My arms burn. He hums that lullaby tune. I keep digging. After minutes, after what feels like hours, the blade hits something solid. Metal? I clear dirt. Roof of a small metal box. A lunchbox, purple, dented. He leans close. Her lunchbox? He pries open the lid hinge. Dirt spills. Inside, crushed soda can, moldy sandwich wrapper, his daughter's name scratched inside, Maddie. I swallow, recorder running. Every detail, every moment. He closes the box, nods. She came back for it. His voice so soft, I barely hear. Then went on. I look at the wash leading deeper into mesquites. Darkness thicker. Heat rising from the sand. I glance at my watch. Backups due any second. We're off the road, no radio, no support, just us. He stands, shoulders hunched. One more place. He points where the wash slopes up. We climb. At the top, field opens onto an old pipeline service road. Wooden stakes, faded reflectors. It cuts north toward Lamb County line. Moonlight glints on a derelict pump jack. I shine my light. The pump jack's arm swings in the breeze, creaking, a sorrowful groan. He walks toward it, shovel dragging. I follow. Under the jack, earth disturbed, fresh, loose. He kneels, digs with bare hands now, flicks dirt. I kneel too, help, fingers numb. Then a boot, canvas boot sole. I clear more. A small sneaker, purple. I freeze. He pushes more dirt. I see fabric, pink jacket, snapped buttons. He whispers, "Maddie." I cover my mouth. My heart pounds so loud I expect it to burst. I look at the recorder. You're hearing this. The final moments before. He digs faster. I help. Dirt flies, roots tear. Then a hand, small, pale. He gasps. I shine the beam. A little girl's form, curled, face down. Jacket soaked with dew, hair matted. No movement. I drop to my knees. He presses the shovel aside, kneels, lifts her gently. I kill the flashlight. In the dark, I see him cradle her. His shoulders shake. No sobs, just quiet heaving. I clear my throat. Deputy Ramsey to dispatch. I have found a possible juvenile fatality. Send EMS and coroner. Code 3. He doesn't move, just holds her. Then he stands, faces me. In darkness, I see his eyes, hollow, broken. He steps back, places her gently on the ground. Dust motes drift in the beam when I flick it back on. He turns to me, voice flat. She's not here. Then, she's never here. My stomach drops. What do you mean? He points down the service road, north, toward nothing. She moved on, she always does. I shine the light. The road stretches empty, moonlit. No sign of a child, no footprints beyond, silence. He steps away, picks up the shovel, hands me the recorder. Record this. He walks into the black, stops, looks back. Tell them I will keep looking, even if she's not here. Then he disappears into the night. I stand alone, flashlight trembling, recorder in hand, still running. I kneel by the jacket and sneaker. Cold dew on my palms. Wind sighs through the pipeline stakes. The pump jack groans. My radio bleats. Backup arriving. I click mic. Unit 27, I'm at the scene. Need crime scene tape. Coroner ETA 10, I pull out my notebook, scribble. Unidentified juvenile, no body, clothes only. Witness walked off into darkness. I look up. The wash behind me is empty. The service road ahead is empty. The gas station too. I hit stop on the recorder. Tape crackles. Silence. Then I press eject, pull the cassette, tuck it in my pocket. I lock eyes with the gas station neon. It flickers. Open, closed. I climb back in the cruiser. Engine rumbles. I sit, unsteady. I reach for the mic. Dispatch, I need a supervisor. Situation complicated. I lean back, close my eyes. Recorder on the seat next to me. The night presses in. I want to ask why. I want to ask where he went, what he'll do, but no words. Just static, wind, the distant creak of metal. I drive off with the cruiser lights off. Head north on that service road, toward the county line, toward whatever darkness lies beyond. Because I promised him, I'll keep looking, even if she's not here and you're listening. So, I'm not alone. I hit the button, engine cuts. Darkness swallows the road behind me. I step out again. Night air tastes of rust and distant thunder. The service road lies empty. No tracks, no footprints. Just the whisper of wind through the mesquite. I pocket the recorder, holster the flashlight, and set off on foot, tires crunching as the cruiser drifts away. My boots press into soft sand. Every step feels too loud. The pipeline towers overhead, skeletal against the sky. Their metal arms reach toward the stars, creaking like ancient sentinels. I follow the road north, straight, endless, bordered by sagebrush and thorny brush that scrapes my cuffs. The moon hovers low, half hidden by thin clouds. I scan the horizon, no sign of him, no sign of the girl, just the hush of the plains. Still, I know he went this way. He said so. I promised. After a quarter-mile, I come to a cluster of oil tanks, rusted cylinders standing in a shallow pit. Shadows pool between them. I sweep my light across the metal. Stenciled numbers. Pecos County 47B. I step closer. The ground here is firmer, stained dark with old spills. I crouch, glance around. No footprints. But something glints in the dirt, a small silver locket. I pick it up with gloved fingers. It's warm, as if it were just held. The chain is broken. Inside, a tiny photo. A little girl's face. Round cheeks, dark hair, smiling. I press the locket closed. My breath hitches. I lean back, scanning the tanks. The wind shifts. I hear a soft thump, distant, rhythmic, like metal on metal. The pipeline joints or footsteps? I raise my flashlight and pivot. Beam lands on a shadow slipping between tanks. "Hey," I call. No response. I move toward the gap. Heart hammers. I step between two tanks. Space narrow, air thick. The thump becomes clearer. A shovel striking earth. I follow the sound to a patch of disturbed soil. Fresh mounds by the tank's base. "Kneel," I say. Training reflex. No weapon drawn yet. I crouch, hand on holster. "Deputy Ramsey," hands where I can see. No answer, just the shovel blade half buried in dirt. I snap on gloves, pick up the shovel. Dirt clings to the blade. I lift it. Underneath, a flash of purple cloth. I set the shovel down, clear dirt with my fingers. A frilly dress sleeve, filthy. I trace the edge, lace, now stiff with grit. My radio crackles. "Deputy, you copy. Supervisor en route." I thumb 10-4. I look around, no one in sight. The tanks loom. I kneel, scoop dirt, then a shoe. Child's sneaker, mud-caked, sole-worn thin, purple, matching the lace. I stare, I stand, back stiff. The night feels too close. I scan the perimeter. Still silent. I scoop the items into an evidence bag. The locket goes in too. I zip it. My breath fogs in the beam. Suddenly, a soft sigh behind me. I whirl. No one, just the tanks. The pipeline groans. I swallow. "Who's there?" My voice echoes. Silence. Then, from the shadows, a small voice. "Daddy?" My pulse detonates. I step back, flashlight trembling. "Maddie?" I whisper. No answer. The wind stirs. I kneel by the shovel. A second sigh, faint, childlike. I lean in, heart hammering. The earth at the tank's base shifts. Soil sliding into a narrow crevice between tank and ground. Something moves. I reach in, fingers brushing cool metal. I hook and pull. A small hand, pale, tiny fingers curled. I tug. The hand emerges, then wrist, elbow. I grasp at the arm and pull. A little body follows, limp. Dress stained, hair matted with dirt. Eyes closed. I catch her under the arms, lift her out. She's lighter than I expect. I cradle her. No pulse at first. I slap her back, then cough, shudder, breath. She gurgles. I exhale, relief flooding. I set her on my thigh. She coughs again, blinks up at me, big dark eyes, terrified. I brush hair from her face. Dirt, flecks, fall. "It's okay, you're safe." My voice cracks. She stares, silent, then whispers, "They told me to hide." I swallow. "Who?" She flinches, hugs herself. The quiet voices. They said, "Stay where they can't find me." My mind spins. I glance at the tanks, at the pipeline, at the empty road. I slide my hand under her back, feel a lump. A small backpack, buried under her dress. I unzip it. Inside, half-empty water bottle, candy wrapper, a folded note. I open the note. In a child's scrawl, "Don't trust the dark." They come for me. No signature, just the words. I fold it, slip it in my pocket. I lift her, stand. She clings. I hold her close, check her for injuries. Scrapes, bruises, lucky. She's shaken, but alive. I press the radio. Dispatch. Emergency. I have a juvenile found, alive, approximately 6 years old, location Pecos County Pipeline Road. Send EMS and child services. I glance at the tanks. The place seems to exhale. The wind dies. I step onto the road, heading back south. She in one arm, flashlight in the other. The pipeline creaks behind me. The locket swings from my pocket. I stop, look back. Tanks silent, empty. No sign of him. No sign of the deputy's companion. She tugs at my shirt. Will he come back? She asks, voice small. I kneel, meet her eyes. Who? She points north. Daddy, he's still looking. My heart twists. I stand, look north. Road disappears into black. He said he'd keep looking. I glance down at her. But you're safe now. She nods, leans against me. I scan the sky. Clouds drift past the moon. Stars wink. My radio crackles. Deputy, what's your 20? I answer with coordinates. Backup's almost here. I shift her to one arm, pat my pockets. Recorder gone. I must have left it in the cruiser. Good. This moment belongs to her. I walk south, steps steady. She hums a lullaby. Same tune. My blood runs cold. I swallow. Keep moving. Behind me, a faint echo of metal on metal. The pipeline's farewell creak. And somewhere north, in the dark, he keeps searching. I step off the pipeline road and back onto the cracked asphalt. Her small hand curled in mine. The cool beam from my flashlight cuts a path south toward the cruiser. Behind us, the oil tank stands sentinel, rusted, silent, indifferent. The girl's breathing steadies. I glance down at her. You're safe now? She nods, eyes heavy. My radio crackles. Deputy Ramsey, units are inbound. ETA 2 minutes. I tap the mic. Copy. I'm en route with the juvenile. We reach the cruiser. I set her gently on the pavement, kneel, and unbuckle the passenger side door. She climbs into the front seat, curls into a ball on the floorboard. I close the door softly, then turn my attention north. The darkness there seems watching. I shake it off, slide into the driver's seat, and take a moment to catch my breath. Heart hammers. Mind races. I reach into my pocket and pull out the girl's backpack note. I smooth it between my fingers. Don't trust the dark. They come for me. The handwriting trembles, but the warning is clear. I fold the note and tuck it into my notebook. Evidence and a promise. I will find out who they are. I glance at the clock. 2:10 a.m. The girl's head rests against the seat, eyelashes brushing her cheeks. I flip on the overhead light, soft glow. She stirs, blinks up at me. Do you have water? She whispers. I nod, unclip the half-empty bottle from her bag, hand it to her. She sips, then offers it back. I place it in the cup holder. We'll get you safe. Get you help. I click the seatbelt release and drape it across her shoulders. Hang on. I start the engine, switch on the cruiser's lights. Red and blue reflect off the oil tanks in the distance. We roll south. The asphalt hums beneath us. The wind-torn plains stretch endlessly. I keep glancing in the mirror at her silhouette. Small, fragile, real. Dispatch cracks in again. Deputy, you copy. Supervisor's on scene at the gas station. I respond. Copy. I'm heading back now. I guide the cruiser onto the shoulder by the Blue Star station. Backup lights strobe against the convenience store walls. 2 patrol SUVs, an ambulance, a supervisor's car. Officers cluster by the pumps, cordoning off the scene. I park, kill the engine. The girl's head lifts. We're here? I open the door. Yeah, you're safe. I reach in, scoop her up. She hugs me tight. I carry her past the flashing lights. Officers fall silent as we pass. Supervisor nods. I hand her off to the EMTs, who wrap her in a blanket. She hugs me once more, then allows them to lead her away. I step back. The chill night air presses in. I watch until the ambulance doors close, lights spinning. Then I turn to the supervisor. "Sir," I say, voice low, "there's more out there." I hold up the locket and the sneaker. "We found her here, and at the pipeline tanks." I thumb toward the north. "And he vanished into the dark after." The supervisor frowns. "Who vanished?" I hesitate. "The father. He just walked off." I glance north. Into nothing. The supervisor opens his mouth, then shakes his head. "We searched. Nothing. You sure?" I nod. "I saw him. Then he was gone." I swallow. "And I think he'll keep looking." The supervisor studies me. The cracked asphalt, the silent tanks, the swirling dust. Finally, he nods. "We'll log it. You need to file your report." I glance back at the dark horizon. I will, but I'm not done. He exhales. "Get some rest, Deputy. Tomorrow we reassess." I step away, head back to my cruiser. I sit, hands on the wheel. Flashing lights fade behind. Me? The world goes quiet again, only softer now, as if holding its breath. I pull out my notebook, jot, subject, missing father. Location, pipeline tanks. Evidence, locket, sneaker, note. Witness, juvenile M.I. close the book. Look up at the sky. Clouds drift past the moon. I start the cruiser, drive north, back onto that service road. I need to find him, need to know why he stays, why he vanishes, what he hears. The dark is hungry, but I'm hungrier. The wind has died. The pipeline towers stand motionless, black spires against the half-moon. My boots sink into sand. I carry the shovel like a lifeline. Every breath tastes of dust and diesel. My flashlight beam slices a tunnel through the dark. I follow the rutted service road north toward where he vanished. At the rusted pump jack, I pause. Metal arm frozen mid-swing. Shadows pool beneath. I set the shovel down and run my hand over the scarred iron. It thrums with memory. I close my eyes, hear her cough, see him cradle her. Then nothing. I pick up the shovel, dig at the base of the jack, just a reflex. Soil is loose, clods fall away. Beneath, nothing but rock. I stop, breathe. The world is silent, too silent. I stand and sweep the beam. No footprints, no evidence. The locket and sneaker are back in my cruiser. The note is in my pocket, its warning burning cold against my thigh. Don't trust the dark. They come for me. I walk on. The service road twists past mesquite and sagebrush. Each bush casts a million tiny shadows. I feel watched. Every rustle becomes a whisper. I force my steps steady. Suddenly, the beam picks up something ahead. A shape crouched by the fence. I freeze, heart slams, it stands. A man's silhouette under a cowboy hat. He holds something long. "Deputy?" His voice cracks. Familiar. I step closer. The beam illuminates his face. Tense, hollowed, the same dark eyes. He nods once. "You came back." He sounds relieved, afraid. "I promised." I keep voice low. "You okay?" He glances past me. "They're here." He points east. I turn. Nothing but black. I turn back. He's gone. Footprints in the sand. One set, then nothing. My stomach twists. I kneel, inspect. The prints lead off the road into the brush. I follow. Thorny branches snag my jacket. I wince, push on. The footprints end at a shallow depression. I kneel, shine the light. More prints, small, child size. They circle the depression twice, then head north. I stand, follow. We come to a dry well, old hand dug, rim of stone, no cover. I shine the light down, nothing but black. I drop a pebble. Listen. No splash, it's dry. He told me his daughter vanished near a water tower, but here, a well. I crouch, peer. Soil around rim is fresh. I dig with my fingers, loose dirt. I clear a patch, a single small shoe, toe peeking, purple. I swallow, pull it free, sole shredded. I bag it. My radio is dead, no signal. Backup left. I'm alone again. I tuck the shoe into my jacket. I lean on the shovel, mouth dry, then a whisper. Software, childlike. Help me. I spin. No one. The well rim casts a ring of yellow light. I step closer, whisper again, please. I kneel, shine the light inside. Darkness. I lean in. Maddie, I call. No answer. Just the echo of my voice. I grip the shovel, hook the blade into the well and rotate. Dirt shifts. Metal scrapes stone. I lower the blade deeper. The whisper repeats, please. Closer. Behind me, below me. I dig at the rim, widen the hole. Dirt tumbles in. My arms burn. I work until the shovel strikes something solid. A wooden plank. I lever it. It cracks. I hear splintering. I set the shovel aside, reach in with gloved hands, lift a board. There, darkness, a narrow shaft. I drop the light down. It reveals a ladder, wooden rungs slick with rot. At the bottom, a faint shape. I glance skyward. The moon hides behind a cloud. Wind rattles the mesquite. I catch my breath. I need rope. My belt has a length of paracord. I tie it around my waist, secure the other end to the fence. I test the knot, solid. I lower myself inches into the shaft. Wood creaks. I climb down, dust drifts. My flashlight swings, illuminating damp stone walls. I reach the bottom. The beam lands on a small form huddled in a corner. A girl's frame, knees to chest, hair obscuring her face. She rocks slowly. I step forward. It's me, Deputy Ramsey. I crouch. She flinches. I hold the light steady. I'm here to help. She looks up. Eyes wide, dark, no relief, only fear. She doesn't move. I reach out. Your dad, he can't find you here, she whispers. He heard them. I swallow. Who? She points to the wall. My beam reveals scrawled words in dirt, scratch marks forming letters. I kneel and read. They wait in the silence. My heart pounds. I shine the light around, shadows shift. She stands, steps into the beam. Her dress is tattered. Hands clutch her knees. She's trembling. I offer my hand. Come on. She hesitates, then grasps it, ice cold. I pull her to her feet. She's light, too light. I hug her gently. She buries her face. In my chest. I climb the ladder, her clinging. Rungs groan. I reach the top, pull her out. The night air hits us. I stand, hose off dirt. The hole yawns behind us, black and endless. I gather the boards, shove them back. Cover the opening as best I can, then pack the shovel. We step back. She looks at me. He's coming, she whispers. I nod. I know, I'll bring him. I check the paracord. I'll need it to climb back into my cruiser. We walk back to the service road. I shine the beam ahead. No sign of him, no footprints, only sand and sagebrush. We reach the pipeline towers. The girl stops, points up. I look, high on the structure, silhouette of a man standing on the platform. Impossible. The ladder ends dozens of feet below. I tilt my head. He stands perfectly still, hat tipped low. My breath catches. Sir, I call. No response. The beam flickers. The silhouette dissolves into darkness. The girl grips my hand. He's gone. She shivers. I pull her close. It's okay. I force calm. We proceed to the cruiser. When we arrive, headlights swivel. 2 patrol cars ease up behind us. Officers jump out, flashlights trained. I hold the girl protectively. Deputy Ramsey, ma'am, one says. We've been searching. He glances past. You found her? I nod. She was in the well. I stop. The girl steps back, points at the service road. He's there. I swing my light. Nothing. Empty road, first turn. She's staring at the cruiser's rear window. I follow her gaze. My reflection stares back, hooded eyes, blood-smudged face. No child's reflection. I step forward. The window is misted. I wipe it, smear a handprint. Underneath, scrawled on the glass in dirt, "He never left." I back away. Heart slamming. The girl has vanished. I spin. The patrol car's lights flash. Officers call out. I see dust drifting where she stood. No footprints. I'm alone. The well shaft yawns behind me. The pipeline towers loom. The night is silent. Too silent. I check my pockets. The note is gone. The shoe is gone. My paracord frays in my hand. The recorder is silent in my cruiser. My radio crackles. "Deputy Ramsey?" "You copy?" I answer, voice hollow. I copy. "Where's the girl?" I swallow. She's gone. Repeat your last." Urgency. I close my eyes. She vanished. "Stand by. Supervisor's coming." I drop the paracord. It coils at my feet. I look north. The service road stretches empty. The wind kicks up. A lone tumbleweed rolls by. I raise my hand to shield my eyes. The moon reappears. Shadows sharpen. I see him, far off, at the horizon, a lone figure in a battered hat, standing in the middle of the road, shovel on his shoulder. He tilts his head, watches me. I step forward. He lifts a hand in salute, then turns and walks away into the plains. I don't pursue. I stand still. The world exhales. My radio bleats. Backup arrives. I kneel, pick up the paracord, coil it neatly. I stand. An officer jogs up. "Deputy, you okay?" She shines her light, concern in her eyes. I nod slowly. "I'm fine." I pocket the cord. I glance north one last time. The figure is gone. The plains are empty. I turn back to the cruiser. I open the door, retrieve my notebook. I write, "Subject found in well. Vanished. Subject missing again. Evidence lost. Witness non-existent." I close it. I look at the silent well. The boards sag. The earth rests. The pipeline creaks overhead. I walk away. Each step echoes on asphalt. The night deepens. I'm walking south on the service road before dawn, cold settling into my bones. The sky lightens just enough to erase the black, but the plains still feel endless. My boots scuff the cracked asphalt. The well's mouth is sealed, or so I thought. I glance at the fence where I tied my cord. It's gone. No paracord, no knots, just twisted metal. My radio crackles. "Deputy Ramsey, status?" I flip the mic off. No answer. I'm alone. I check my pockets. Locket and sneaker have vanished. The note's gone. The girl's gone. The world reset itself overnight. I pause where the pipeline towers loom. Each one creaks. The wind picks up. I imagine voices in that wind. Quiet words. Faint laughter. I run my hand along the nearest tower's leg. Cold steel. I close my eyes, remember her face. Dark eyes wide with fear. The father's haunted stare. I open my eyes. The service road forks ahead, east toward Van Horn, west toward open desert. I should go back, report, rest, regroup. But I promised him I'd keep searching. I promised her I'd find him. I choose west, toward nothing, toward questions. I walk, miles pass, no sign of life. Sagebrush drifts ghost white. My flashlight is off now. First light seeps under clouds. My shadow stretches long. I feel watched. I glance around. No one, only sky, only dust. Then I see tracks, boot prints in soft sand beside the asphalt. One set, fresh, heading west. I follow. My pulse quickens. The prints lead off road into dunes. I step off asphalt, follow prints into sand. Each step sinks. I kick sand aside, study the sole pattern, same as the father's boots, the scuffed leather, the deep tread, no doubt. He passed here. I follow dune ridges until I find him, a silhouette hunched over in a shallow depression. a dry pond bed. He holds the shovel, blade buried in sand. His hat is gone, hair unkempt, shoulders slumped. He looks up, tired relief. "Deputy," he rasps. "You came." I step forward. "I promised." He nods, points at the blade. Sand cascades. "I've been digging." I shine my light. The pit is shallow but wide, crisscrossed with marks. He's been here long. "Finding anything?" He shakes his head. Just earth, silence. He wipes sweat and dust from his brow. "They keep moving her." My heart clenches. "We'll find her." He laughs, a hollow sound. "You can't." I kneel by the edge. The sand is loose. I sweep aside wind-blown grit. Beneath, a glint, metal. I dig with gloved hands, pull out a small tin box, corroded. I open it. Inside, a single photograph, sunlight and laughter. A little girl on a bicycle, purple dress, smiling. I recognize the face. Maddie. He leans over. "She took that from me." I close the box. "We'll return it." I tuck it into my jacket. He glares at me. "You don't understand." I stand. "Help me." He shakes his head. "Every time I lose her, I find her. Then I lose her again." I grip his shoulder. "Not this time." He looks away, voice breaking. "They won't let me keep her." I swallow. "Who won't?" He turns, eyes blazing. The silence. Behind us, the wind rises. The dunes shift. I feel a whisper at my ear, a child's giggle. I whirl. No one, just sand drifting. I close my eyes, the whisper again. "Daddy." I open my eyes. He's gone. Just the pit and the tin. My heart pounds. I scan the dunes. Nothing. The prints vanish. I pocket the tin. I shout his name. My voice cracks. Only wind answers. I kneel in the depression. Trace letters in the sand. Someone has written words. Large, uneven. "Stop looking." My stomach twists. I trace the letters with a finger. Wind erases edges. I cup the sand. Words crumble. I rise. The world tilts. I realize I've been here too long. The sun lifts above the horizon. I need to leave. I need to file my report. I need to find Maddie. I turn back toward the service road. My boots sink in sand. I pause. The tin box feels heavy. I open it again. The photo inside has changed. The girl's face is gone. Blank white. I drop the box. It clatters open, photo fluttering away in the breeze. I chase it as it skitters across the sand. I catch the corner. Look at the image now it shows me. Standing alone in the dunes, flashlight in hand, face drawn. Behind me, in the distance, a small figure stands watching. Hair dark, dress purple. Too far to make out features. My blood runs cold. I snap the photo shut. I pocket it. I scoop up the tin and shovel. I start walking east, toward Van Horn, toward backup, toward questions. As I crest the last dune, I see patrol cars on the service road. Lights off now. Officers talking. Supervisor smoking a cigarette. They see me and hurry over. "Deputy," the supervisor says, eyes narrowed. "Where have you been?" "We've searched everywhere." I nod. "Found something." I hold up the tin. He frowns. "What is it?" I open it. Photo inside blank. I close it. "Not sure, but it's connected." He glances at the dunes. "We got reports, strange readings on the scanner, then nothing. You okay?" I swallow. I will be. I look west, where the sun glints off sand. No figure, no father, no girl, just heat haze. I turn back. "Let's head in." I climb into the cruiser. The tin box and shovel rest beside me. The supervisor grabs the shovel. "You want this logged as evidence?" I nod. "Yes." He lifts it. "And the tin?" I close my eyes. "Keep it secure. Don't open it." He stops. "You sure?" I open my eyes. "Positive." He tucks both into his car. I watch until he drives off. Then I step away. I walk back to the dunes. I leave my boots at the edge, dusty, worn. I step barefoot into sand. It's cool underfoot. I walk west, following no road. I carry no shovel, no recorder, no photo. Just the weight in my chest. I walk until the dunes swallow me. The plains stretch endless. Wind rises. I hear faint laughter. I close my eyes and step forward. I keep my pace slow. Bare feet on cool sand. The world behind me fades. Patrol lights, the service road, the empty tin box, the abandoned boots. Ahead, dunes roll like dark waves. My mind hums with unanswered questions. The wind carries a faint melody. Child's laughter mingled with metal creak. I follow it, deeper into the plains. The sky lightens to pewter. No sun yet, just an endless gray promise. I crest a dune and stop. Before me lies an expanse of fractured earth. A dry lake bed cracked in hexagons like a giant's broken tile floor. In the center, a solitary oil derrick stands, skeletal, arms raised to the sky. Its silhouette anchors the horizon. The laughter drifts again. Software I step forward. Boots forgotten. Each crack in the earth echoes underfoot. I approach the derrick. Rust flakes drift like ash. I circle its base. The ground is disturbed. Footprints, child size and adult size, circling the structure. I kneel, trace them with my finger. They lead south toward a shattered guardrail. I stand, follow the prints. The derrick's platform rests 20 feet up, ladder missing rungs. No way up. Yet the footprints climb the side as if someone scaled the supports. I shine my light on the metal. I see scratch marks, small, desperate grooves gouged into the steel, a child's grip. My heart pounds. I step closer, run my hand along the scratch marks. Splinters of rust cut my palm. I hiss, press a tissue from my pocket to the cut. Blood seeps. I taste iron. The reminder grounds me. I'm here. I'm real. I turn, follow the prints south. They end at the guardrail, a twisted length of pipe bent outward. Beyond, the plains stretch flat to the horizon. I scan for movement. Nothing, only wind and that faint laughter. I step over the rail. The land beyond is littered with broken glass and metal scraps, remnants of some long-forgotten service area. I tread carefully. The laughter grows louder, closer. I pause by a half-buried license plate, TIX 4523. I wipe dirt away. Pecos County, same region. I bag it mentally as evidence. The laughter coalesces into a soft song, a lullaby I recognize from the recorder. I close my eyes, let it guide me. When I open them, I see a shape crouched by a rusted fuel tank. A little girl in a purple dress, back to me. She hums. "Maddie?" I whisper. She doesn't turn. I step closer. She picks at the ground. Tiny hands sift sand. I crouch. It's okay, I'm here. She stands slowly, face turned away. Shoulders shake. She holds something. A small object wrapped in cloth. I slide my glove on, reach out. She hands it to me. A teddy bear's ear pokes out. A child's toy, matted, filthy. I unwrap it carefully. The bear's button eye is missing. The other eye stares blank. She steps back. He said to leave it. I look around, no sign of him. He? She nods toward the derrick. He's above. I shine my light up the derrick. No ladder, no platform access. Yet I sense someone watching. I lift the bear, press it to my chest. I'll keep it safe. She nods, then turns and walks away, northwest toward a distant rise. I hesitate, then follow. Sand shifts underfoot. The bear's fur brushes my chin. The rise is gentle. At its crest, I stop. Before me, a circle of stones, old wind-eroded markers, standing like mourners around an empty center. The laughter stops. Silence swells. I step into the circle. The air is colder here. I breathe out, white mist. In the center, the ground is smooth, undisturbed. I kneel, press palm to earth. It feels alive, vibrating faintly. I pull out the recorder from my jacket, hit play. My voice crackles. She's here. I see her. Static. Then the lullaby emerges, faint. The girl's humming blends. I stop the tape. Silence returns. I rise. The stones cast long shadows in the gray light. I circle the markers. On the far side, one stone bears an inscription. A name carved deep. E. Ramsey. My heart stutters. My name. Deputy Ramsey. My hand shakes as I trace the letters. Beneath, another inscription. Find me. I stumble back. The ground tilts. I catch myself on a stone. My reflection shimmers in a puddle at its base. A deputy's silhouette, and behind him, a little girl's reflection. But when I look up, no one's there. My radio crackles, static, and then, Ramsey, you copy? I fumble the recorder, jam the radio button. I copy, location. I check my GPS. Coordinates match the derrick. I'm at the derrick site, found possible evidence, need perimeter secured. Copy, units en route. I kill the radio. The circle is empty now. The stone with my name glares like a tombstone. I kneel, pick at the base. Soil is loose. I dig with my gloved fingers. A small metal key emerges, rusted, ornate. I pocket it. I rise. The girl's gone. The bear's gone. The stones stand silent. The derrick looms behind. I feel the weight of the key in my pocket. Questions swirl. Why my name? Who carved it? What lock does the key open? I turn south. The service road lies beyond the stones. I head back, footprints silent on cracked earth. My mind races. I clutch the key. The wind picks up, scattering sand. I blink, and in the swirl I see a flash of purple, a dress disappearing over the rise. I hurry after it, but the dunes swallow the figure. I reach the top, empty, only tracks, mine and the child's, leading apart into the haze. I stare. The horizon wavers. I check my watch, 3:45 a.m., backup still hours away. I retrieve the tin box and teddy bear from my cruiser's trunk. They've reappeared. I set them on the hood. I place the key beside them. Then I open the tin. Inside, blank photo. I close it. I pick up the bear. Its button eye reflects the pre-dawn light. I know what I must do. I gather the items, shove them into my jacket. I climb into the cruiser. Engine roars. I drive south, toward Van Horn, toward answers. But every mile I put between me and the derrick, the key grows heavier in my pocket, because some locks are meant to stay closed. Some names carved in stone are warnings. And some children, well, they lead you deeper into the dark, where the answers lie half buried in sand. I floor the accelerator. The cruiser's lights cut through the gray. Behind me, the derrick shrinks in the mirror, silhouette against the rising sun. I glance down at the key. I don't know what lock it fits, but I'll find out. The cruiser's engine hums beneath me as I barrel south toward Van Horn. Dawn's light bleeds across the sky, turning sands to silver. My knuckles whiten on the wheel. The key in my pocket burns against my thigh. 6 parts behind me. 1 to go. I pass the deserted pump station. Flashing patrol lights gone. No sign of the stones. No trace of the derrick's circle. The world has swallowed its secrets overnight. I check the rearview mirror. Nothing but empty highway. Dispatch crackles. Deputy Ramsey, status? I answer, voice tight. Heading in with evidence. Need to debrief. They respond with static. I kill the mic. Silence is an answer. My mind replays every step. The father's hollow eyes, the girl's echoing laughter, the well's yawning mouth, the tin box that vanished and reappeared, the key carved with my name, the teddy bear's single-button eye, each clue leading deeper into questions. I exit onto Highway 90. The asphalt stretches east. Miles of scrubland. I slow the cruiser, glance at my phone's GPS, Pecos, then Fort Stockton. Then nothing. No record of the father. No missing person alerts for Maddie. It's as if they never existed. My phone buzzes, text from records. No match for subject E. Ramsey. No open cases for juvenile M. evidence logged. I close the app. No help there. I pull off at a roadside turnout. The sun peeks over the plains. I kill the engine. Step out. The air tastes of oil and dust. I unzip my jacket. The key lies against my chest. I lift it. Ornate. Twisted wards on the bow. It feels alive. I walk to the edge of the turnout. Gravel underfoot. I hold the key up, let sunlight catch its rusted teeth. I wonder which lock it opens. A chest? A door? A mind? Or maybe a promise? I hear footsteps. I spin. The little girl stands 10 feet away. Purple dress, clean now. No dirt, no dust. She watches me with wide dark eyes. Silent. My heart jumps. "Maddie?" I whisper. She tilts her head, points east, back the way I came. I nod. All right. I step toward her. She turns and walks onto the highway. No fear of traffic. She glances back. I follow. We walk in silence. The sun warms my back. The highway hums, no vehicles, as if the road itself holds its breath. After a quarter mile, she stops at a low concrete culvert. Water once ran here, now dry stones. She kneels, presses her palm to the concrete. I crouch beside her. She traces letters carved there. Open here. I frown. I run my finger along the seam between two slabs. It's a hatch. I press. It moves. A click. The key in my pocket vibrates. I pull it out, insert it into a hidden keyhole in the concrete. It fits perfectly. First turn. Metal grinds. A panel swings inward, revealing a ladder descending into darkness. A stale breeze drifts up, cool, damp. Maddie looks up at me, nods. I flick on my flashlight, clip it to my belt. Stay close, I say. She steps onto the top rung. I follow. The ladder creaks. My boots thump on stone. We descend into an underground chamber, low ceiling, rough walls. The beam reveals a narrow corridor carved by hand. Roots hang from cracks. The air smells of earth and oil. We move forward. The corridor slopes downward. My breathing echoes. Maddie hums the lullaby. The walls absorb it. We reach a T intersection. To the left, the passage is choked with rubble. To the right, darkness stretches. She turns right. I follow. We walk until the corridor opens into a cavern. My light dances on walls lined with dozens of small shoes. Children's shoes, dusty, arranged on ledges. Purple, red, black. Each pair coated in grime, each sole worn thin. My stomach lurches. I kneel by a row, tiny purple sandals. Maddie's size. I lift one, sand seeps out. I close my eyes. When I open them, I see names scratched on the wall above. Dozens of names, faded. Maddie Jenkins, Emily Park, Letitia Garcia, and one more, E. Ramsey. My breath catches. My own name. I look at her. She stares at the names, unblinking. Then she steps forward, placing her shoe next to the sandals. A gap appears, one missing pair, her other sandal. I see the shape in the wall where it belongs. She points. I follow her finger, a small alcove, just big enough for a child. Inside, a dusty blanket. I kneel, lift it. Underneath, a small body curled, head resting on crossed arms. The girl's face. Lifeless. Pale. Maddie Jenkins. I freeze. She's gone. The body remains. I close my eyes. Silence. Screams. I kneel. Check for. Pulse. None. Tears burn. I cup her face. The lullaby hum in my head. Then, a tap on my shoulder. I whirl. The father stands at the corridor entrance, silhouette backlit by my cruiser's headlights above. His eyes shine with relief and horror. He steps forward. "Sheriff," he rasps, "you found her." I nod, voice raw. "I'm sorry." I glance at the child. She waited. My hand trembles on the stone. He kneels beside her, lifts her gently. Her body is cold. He closes his eyes. "They told me she'd be safe here." His lips tremble. "They lied." I stand. The corridor stretches behind us. Shoes stare, names glare. The hatch above is a distant rectangle of light. We are trapped in silence. He looks up at me. "Why am I here?" I swallow. "Because you never stop searching." He nods. "And now?" I glance at the shoes, at the names, at Maddie's body. I step to the wall, trace the letters carved, "Open here." I realize the message is both invitation and prison. The hatch locks behind us. I take the key from my pocket. It fits the hatch lock. I turn it. The mechanism clicks. The hatch swings open. Light floods in. I shield my eyes. He stands, holding Maddie. I offer him the ladder. He hesitates, then climbs. I follow with the body. The corridor closes behind us. The panel swings shut. We emerge onto the highway. The sun breaks the horizon. Patrol cars swarm. Officers rush forward. The supervisor's face is pale. He sees Maddie, sees the father, sees me. He opens his mouth, but I raise a hand. No words. I step away, letting them take the body, the evidence. I walk past the cruisers, past the flashing lights. The world wakes around me. Cameras click. Voices murmur. I keep walking south toward Van Horn. The shovel and tin box lie abandoned at the hatch. The key still hangs from the lock. I leave it, let it rest. My boots reappear on my feet. The planes stretch, the highway hums. I pull out the recorder, hit play, static, then my voice. They come for me. I stop it. I pocket the recorder. I breathe. The wind rises. A faint giggle drifts across the asphalt. I look north, empty road. Then I see her. Maddie, standing at the horizon, purple dress glowing in dawn. She waves once. I raise my hand. She smiles, then turns and walks away into the light. I watch until she's gone. Then I turn, head down the highway. No sirens, no answers. Just the promise of miles ahead. Because some searches end not with closure, but with a door left open. And some voices fade only when you learn to listen in the silence. I'm 10-8 on County Road 287. The dash light glares red. Wind rattles the microphone on my shoulder. I'm running code 6, a suspicious person call at the old Sinclair station just south of Van Horn. Midnight, clear sky, Texas moon cold on my neck. Feet on cracked asphalt. I kill the headlights. The cruiser settles into silence. My boots click on gravel, every sound sharp. The broken neon sign flickers once, twice, then dies. I drift toward the pumps, hand hovering near my holster. Heart slow. Years of night shifts taught me patience, but tonight the air tastes like static. Past the gas pumps, I see footprints in dust, small, barefoot. They lead east, toward the storage lean-to. I follow, each step, gravel crunch underfoot. My breath prints little clouds in the beam of my flashlight. The loose boards of the lean-to groan as I push in. A child's shoe lies on the dirt floor, pink, scuffed. No child, just wind. I radio dispatch. Dispatch, Deputy Mills, found a single child's sneaker at the lean-to. No sign of anyone. Copy? Static. I step back into the night. The footprints continue into the field behind the station. Fence posts line the border, barbed wire drooping. I slip under, shoulders brushing wire. On the far side, the beam catches a shape, small, hunched. A girl, maybe 8, hair drenched, dress white. She rocks, humming. A lullaby. I raise my flashlight. She stares, eyes dark hollows. My pulse spikes. Instinct screams run, but I'm rooted. "Ma'am," my voice rough. "You okay?" She tilts her head, points south, then laughs, soft, echoing. The sound crawls under skin. I step closer. The dirt around her feet is cracked, lifeless. I scan behind her. Nothing. The pasture stretches empty. "Who?" I start. The wind shifts and I hear it. A sob, faint, from the direction I came. I twist. The little girl gone. Just my flashlight beam on empty grass. I jog back to the fence, slip under, sprint to the station. The sobbing stops. I spin, silence. I check my radio. Dead. No backlight, no static, nothing. My keys. I press unlock. Doors click. I climb in, lock it. Engine won't turn over. Battery dead? The dash lights flicker, die. I punch the steering wheel. A knock on the driver's window. I jerk back, flashlight beam on glass. No hand. My breath hitches. I open door, step out. Nothing. Tire tracks and dust. My cruiser circles, but also another set. Wider, adult, they vanish toward the pumps. I follow. At the pump, the nozzle's on the ground. Gas leaking. The little girl's shoe sits on the concrete. I pick it up, pink, muddy, warm. My fingers tremble. A whisper through the static speaker on the pump. "Stay." I drop the shoe. It hits hard. The whisper becomes a giggle. Behind me, the windmill chime rings. I whirl. The girl stands under the flickering canopy, dress soaked, head tilted. I breathe in. "Hey, you need help." She steps forward. Her feet don't touch the ground. The chime slows, stops. "Help me," she says, voice distant, underwater. I reach out. She raises a finger to her lips. "Shh." Radio crackles to life. "Deputy Mills, are you okay?" "You went off-grid." Her lips curve. She vanishes. The radio sputters dead again. I'm alone. I grab my radio, dash back to the cruiser. It starts. I peel out. Tires spin dust. The station shrinks in the mirror. I speed north on 287. Dispatch hears me. "What's your status?" "Leaving scene. Battery's dead. Strange. Thing there." I force calm. "Requesting tow and backup." They dispatch a tow and another unit. ETA 10 minutes. I click off. I shouldn't stay, but I do. Headlights appear in the rear view. I pull over. The other cruiser stops behind me. 2 deputies step out, Sergeant Vasquez and Deputy Nguyen. I wave them over. "Battery died," I say. "Something's off at the Sinclair." They nod. Nguyen shines her light down the road. "Nothing out here but dust." Vasquez frowns. "You see anything?" "Footprints," I say. "Little girl. Shoe." I show them the battered sneaker in my hand. Nguyen picks it up. "Where'd you find this?" "At the pump." My voice cracks. "She was here." They trade looks. Vasquez radios dispatched to check for missing child reports in Pecos, Archer City, Lamb County. Nguyen bags the shoe. I stare at the station. The neon is dark. The windmill stands still. No chime, no laughter. Vasquez claps me on the shoulder. "Let's get you back." I climb in my cruiser. Nguyen rides shotgun, eyes on the station. Vasquez follows in his cruiser. We leave. Behind us, in the station's lot, the windmill chime rings once. A single, mournful note. Then silence. I slip back into the driver's seat, heart still hammering. Nguyen's eyes never leave the dark horizon beyond the station. Vasquez shuts his cruiser door, gives me a nod, then steps back into his car. The engine's rumble fades. Just me and Nguyen now, rolling north on 287 toward the county line. I tap the mic. "Dispatch, Deputy Mills. I'm en route northbound County Road 287 with Deputy Nguyen. Shoe collected as evidence. ETA to Lamb County Station in 5 minutes. No response. The radio's dead again. Nguyen glances at me. Still nothing. I shake my head. Cut out twice, whole rig's acting weird. She frowns, leans forward, flicks the overhead dome light on and off. Bulb flickers. Power's intermittent. I swallow. Whatever's out there, it doesn't want witnesses. She nods slowly. We ride in silence. The road unspools under the tires. A ribbon of cracked asphalt through scrub and mesquite. Moonlight gleams on the cracked surface. The vents whisper cool air. Every handful of seconds, I check the rearview mirror for that flicker of the Sinclair station, but it's gone. After a mile, Nguyen clears her throat. You ever see anything like that before? I grip the wheel. Night shift long enough, you see things, but this felt different. It wasn't a person, it was a memory, a lure. She studies me. A lure for what? I don't know. I force a laugh that comes out as a cough. Maybe for folks like me, guys who chase ghosts in their head. Nguyen turns away, staring out the window. The landscape is empty, austere. A coyote's cry echoes in the distance. We pass a faded mile marker. Mile 45, Van Horn, 23 miles. My phone buzzes in my pocket. No bars, just a dead icon. I glance at the clock. 2:29 a.m. We've been off-grid for nearly 15 minutes. Your phone? Nguyen asks. I hold it up. Nada. She shakes her head. Weird. I clear my throat. Look, I appreciate you riding with me, but you don't have to stick around for round 2. She gives me a small, tight smile. You'd do the same. We cross a cattle guard. The cruiser jolts. I grip the wheel tighter. The road ahead splits. One branch veers right onto a gravel ranch access. The other continues straight. I keep going straight. County line up ahead, I say. Then station yard light. She nods. After that, coffee. I allow a grin. Thank God. We roll on. The silence presses in. Then a faint sob. Nguyen stiffens. You hear that? I pause the cruiser. The sob is soft, distant, like a child crying behind thin walls. I kill the engine. The dash goes dark. Stay here, I whisper. She nods, hand on her holster. I step out. The air is still. I raise my flashlight and sweep the fields beside the road. Corn, stubble rattles in the breeze. No sign of anything. Then the sob again. Behind me, over my shoulder. I spin. Empty road. I pant into the night. I click on my radio. Dead. I lean into Nguyen's window. Sob. South side. She kills her dome light and engine. I'm with you. We step into the dust. Flashlights carve cones of light. The sob comes again, then stops. Footprints? I ask. She crouches by the edge of the pavement. Tire tracks. Partial, and footprints, bare, small. I shine my light across the field. The moon reveals pale shapes. Antique fence posts, a lone mesquite. The footprints head toward that tree. Let's go, I say. We follow. The ground is hard-packed. My boots leave prints beside the little ones. At the mesquite, the footprints circle the trunk twice, then vanish. The sobbing is gone. Only wind. Nguyen sweeps the beam up the trunk. Look. High on a branch, tangled in dry vines, is the other pink shoe. Right foot. Mud-caked. Laces undone. I swallow. She led us here. She kneels, carefully untangles it. Why leave this behind? Invitation, I whisper. We stand. The tree's shadow swallows us. The fence line stretches east-west, barbed wire glinting. On the far side, a shape moves, just at the edge of vision. I flash my light. Nothing. Then a giggle, faint, up in the branches. My spine freezes. Nguyen's hair lifts in a sudden gust. The mesquite creaks. I step back. We need to leave. She shines the beam down the fence row. Wait, what's that? There, half buried in the dirt under the wire, is a radio handset. Old, bulky, like 1970s surplus. The antenna is bent, the speaker grill is cracked. A single button remains. I pick it up, it's warm. Static crackles from the speaker. Then a voice, my own voice, whispering, "Stay with me." I drop it. It hits the ground. The voice lingers. Nguyen kicks it. It skitters under the fence. I turn to her. That's my voice. She puts a hand on my shoulder. Come on. We hurry back across the field. Dust kicks up under our boots. At the cruiser, I notice the engine is running. Headlights on, pointing east. Interior light illuminated. Doors locked. I glance at Nguyen. She shrugs. I open the door, engine dies. The radio lights flicker once, then out. I slide in beside her. She closes her door. I try the key. It turns. The engine roars. The radio crackles. Anyone copy? Then static. I lean back. Let's go. Nguyen follows me north. We hit the county station yard light at 2:37 a.m. Gates swing open. I drive in. The glow of fluorescent bulbs illuminates empty parking spots. The front door is locked. A sign. Sheriff's office. Use side entrance. We kill the engine, step inside. The lobby is deserted. A wall clock ticks. Reception window dark. I pick up the phone handset on the desk. No dial tone. Nguyen crosses to the file cabinets. Maybe they left the keys behind the counter. She rummages, pulls out a ring of keys. I take them, test them on the side entrance door. It clicks open. We slip into the hallway. Fluorescent lights hum overhead. A row of offices on each side. I check my watch, 2:40 a.m. Who's here at this hour? Nguyen points. Conference room, lights on. I approach, heart in my throat. The door's ajar, I push it open. Table littered with coffee cups, donut crumbs. A laptop open, screensaver active. A sheriff's badge lying next to it. The name plate on the table. Sheriff John Caldwell. I step forward. The laptop's clock reads 2:41 a.m. I tap a key. The screensaver dissolves into a paused video feed. A live camera pointed at the Sinclair station pumps. Grainy black and white. No movement. I lean closer. On the ground before the pump sits the little pink shoe, left foot. Then a flicker. The shoe slides out of frame. A shadow crosses. My breath catches. I play it. The video resumes in real time. Moonlight glints on metal. Then the nozzle moves, as if held by an invisible hand, and the hose arcs toward the screen. The pump clicks on. Fuel flows. I slam the laptop shut. Nguyen whips around. What? I catch my breath. They've been watching. She crosses to the door. We should call Caldwell. I nod, reach for the phone. Handset, dead. I drop it. Footsteps down the hall. Slow, deliberate. We freeze. Light from the conference room spills into the corridor. The footsteps stop. I raise my flashlight. Beam falls on a figure at the far end. Tall, slim, silhouette backlit by the lobby light. No features visible. Sheriff? I call. Voice echoes. The figure steps forward into the fluorescent glare. It's Caldwell, gray at the temples, heavy lines under his eyes. But his uniform is pristine, no dust, no wear. He smiles. Deputy Mills, he says softly. Glad you made it back. I swallow. Sheriff, you're not supposed to be here. He tilts his head. I had to see. Nguyen steps beside me. See what? He gestures behind us. The footage. I glance at the conference room. The laptop screen sleeps. Caldwell moves to it, presses a key. The feed returns. Only now it shows the storage lean-to behind the station. And in the corner of the frame, the little girl stands, watching. She turns and looks directly into the camera, into us, eyes hollow. Then she raises a finger to her lips. Shh. The feed cuts to static. Caldwell closes the laptop. You saw enough. My jaw works. Sheriff, whatever this is, it's wrong. He nods. I know. Nguyen frowns. What is it? He sighs. A memory, a warning, something that belongs out there, not here. I rub my temples. You're not making sense. He steps closer. The station, the footprints, the shoes, they're markers. For those who listen, you listened. I shiver. What do they want? Caldwell's eyes glint. To be remembered. He turns and walks away, leaving the door open. The hallway light flickers. Nguyen and I exchange looks. I step forward. Sheriff Caldwell, what do we do? He pauses at the door to his office. You do your job, you file the report, then you never speak of this again. I nod, slowly. He closes the door. The corridor falls silent. Nguyen exhales. That was surreal. I retrieve the pink shoe from my pocket. It's damp. I set it on the conference table. She watches it. Evidence chain? I nod. We'll log it. We leave the conference room. As we step into the lobby, the wall clock ticks 2:45 a.m. On the counter, a single donut remains, a half-eaten chocolate sprinkle. I pick it up. The sprinkles are gone as if picked off. Nguyen smirks. Midnight snack? I force a laugh. Yeah, midnight snack. We exit through the side door into the yard. The cruiser's headlights still cut slashes through the dark. We climb in. The engine starts without complaint. The radio crackles. Mills, Nguyen, you there? I answer. Here, we're good. Heading to evidence lockup. Dispatch responds. Copy. We've got your report. Unit out at Sinclair checking battery on camera tower. I glance at Nguyen. Camera tower? She shrugs. They said they found a maintenance camera out there. I nod. Figures. We pull onto 287, heading south this time. The station is behind us. The road hums beneath the tires. The moon dips behind a cloud. Nguyen breaks the silence. You think she'll come back? I stare into the darkness ahead. She never left. She exhales. Let's just get this logged. I drive on, tires whispering on asphalt. In my mind, the lullaby hums. Software insistent, unfinished. I kill the engine. The cruiser's chill seeps through the leather seat. Nguyen's breathing is soft, steady, calm. I slam the door shut. The night presses in. No wind, no sound but cicadas in the mesquite. Ready? I whisper. She nods, checks her flashlight. We step into the yard light's pool. The sheriff's office looms silent, darkened windows. Behind us, the road vanishes into black. Ahead, the side entrance stands open, like a mouth waiting. I reach for the pink shoe in my pocket. Its damp surface sticks to my palm. I drop it on the concrete. It skids once. Stops. Marker, I murmur. She kneels, inspects it. Chain of custody. She slides it into an evidence bag. The plastic snaps. We move to the trunk. I pop it. Inside, evidence lockbox, fingerprint kit, tow paperwork. I grab the lockbox and bag. Nguyen shoulders the fingerprint kit. We head back inside. Hallway light flickers. We pass the conference room. Door closed. Caldwell's office door is shut. The ticking wall clock is loud. 2:52 a.m. I glance at the clock. Time's crawling. She smirks. Feels like yesterday. We enter the evidence room. Metal shelves line the walls. Lockbox goes onto the counter. I type in the code, open it. Inside, the little girl's first shoe lies on foam. I place the second beside it. Logged, I say, scrawling in the ledger. Nguyen stamps the bag. Evidence sealed. I step back. Let's finish the report. She powers up the terminal. The screen flickers to life. A blank incident report form. We sit. I start typing the narrative. At approximately 23:58 hours. My words feel hollow. I describe footprints, the girl, the radio handset, the video feed, Caldwell's directive. Nguyen enters codes and evidence numbers. We work in silence until the form is complete. I hit submit. The file vanishes into the sheriff's network. Nguyen exhales. Done. I lean back. Let's get coffee. We exit the evidence room. The hallway is darker now. The fluorescent hum is lower. We pass Caldwell's door. It's closed, nameplate gleaming. John Caldwell. A whisper behind us. Deputy Mills. I freeze. Nguyen's hand on her holster. Deputy Mills. Again, soft, almost pleading. We spin. Empty hallway. Nguyen shines her flashlight, beam quivers. No one. I swallow. We're not alone. She nods. We hurry to the lobby. The reception light is off. The donut plate is empty now, no crumbs. I step to the phone on the desk. Lift handset. Dead. I hang it up. Nguyen crosses to the front door. It's locked. She tries the handle, locked tight. I step to the side entrance. It's ajar. We push through into the yard. The night air is heavy. My cruiser's headlights are gone. The lot is dark. Where'd they go? Nguyen whispers. I scan the black. The Mesquite silhouette stands sentinel. The Sinclair station is miles back. No light. My radio crackles, static, then my own voice. Help me. I jerk. Nguyen shines her light at me. That's you, she says. I press the mic. Silence. She points east. Over there. I follow the beam to the fence line. Something glints on the wire. A child's bracelet, silver, engraved S. I step closer. The bracelet swings, though no breeze moves. I reach out. Nguyen grabs my arm. Don't, but I touch it. The world tilts. The fence post wood groans, like a voice. The bracelet falls through the wire and clatters on the ground. In the distance, the Sinclair windmill chime rings twice. Nguyen and I exchange a look. I draw my weapon. Let's go. We sprint to the cruiser, boots slamming gravel. The door handle is cold. I yank it, locked. Nguyen rams the door. It pops. I slide in. She follows. I turn the key. The engine sputters, dies. She slams her door. We're trapped. A shape moves at the edge of the headlight beam. A small girl. White dress stained with dust. She stands by the pumps of the Phantom station. I step out. Hey. She raises a finger to her lips. Shh. She giggles. Behind her, the station lights flicker on, neon bathing the desert in sickly green. The windmill turns slowly, its chime a dirge. I lift my flashlight. She's gone. The station stands empty. The pumps drip gasoline. The breeze whispers. The radio crackles. Stay. I turn. The field beyond the station is full of footprints. Dozens of small prints circling the pumps, the fence, the windmill. They lead into the desert night. Nguyen steps beside me. We follow? I look at her. We have to. We cross the cracked asphalt. The boots echo. The neon hums. Each footstep raises a puff of dust. At the edge of the light, the footprints vanish into the dirt. The desert yawns. I step forward. Nguyen hesitates, then follows. The windmill chime rings once more, soft, mournful. I whisper, 10-8, into the void. We disappear into the night. I step into the desert night. The air's thick with dust and the distant drone of cicadas. Nguyen follows, flashlight beam jittering across cracked asphalt and spilling into the loose dirt beyond. The Sinclair station's sickly neon glow shrinks behind us, but its echo lingers in every shadow. My boots sink into dry sand. Dozens of small footprints circle the windmill, then fan outward, like spokes on a wheel leading nowhere. I crouch, trace one with my finger. Ridge of dirt, nail-soft sole. A child's print, but too many for one child. Why so many? Nguyen's voice is a whisper. I stand, not sure, invitation or warning. I swallow. We keep going. We follow the outermost trail south, toward where the land falls into scrub and mesquite. The moon dips behind a cloud, and suddenly the world is pitch. My flashlight catches movement, a flash of white, a dress, or my mind's trick. I blink. Nothing. Ahead, an abandoned oil pump jacks silhouette against the sky. Rusted beams groan as it moves in the wind. We skirt it, footprints weaving around its base. The ground here is stained dark, oil seepage old as memory. I sniff, the scent's bitter. A low wind stirs. The chime from the windmill out at Sinclair echoes faintly, carried on the breeze. I shiver. Keep moving. We push into a dry creek bed. Footprints cross it, heading uphill. I glance at Nguyen. She nods. We climb. At the top, the land flattens into a plateau overlooking the station, a pale pinprick of green light miles away. The footprints end here. I sweep the beam around. Only desert, broken fence, and distant highway lights. Then I see it, a circle carved into the dirt. Child-sized, perfect. At its center, the second pink shoe, upright, laces tied. I crouch, heart pounding. The two shoes, left and right, now reunited. Nguyen kneels opposite me. They belong together. I nod slowly. Someone, or something, wants them together. I glance at the horizon. The station's glow flickers. The windmill chime drifts across the miles. I reach for the shoe. The moment my fingers brush it, the dirt circle shimmers, like heat haze. The air hums. A soft lullaby drifts in from nowhere, almost imperceptible. I stand, shoe in hand. Time to go back, I say. She watches me. You sure? I swallow. We're part of it now. We retrace our steps. The plateau's edge drops away, footprints guiding us down. The oil pump creaks behind us. The creek bed yawns. Each landmark feels changed, older, hollowed. Back at the windmill, the chime rings 3 times, slow and hollow. The footprints lead under the fence across the station lot to the conference room door at the sheriff's office. I pause. Nguyen, you want to... I nod. We finish this. We slip under the fence, cross the lot. The neon is off. The pumps stand silent. The pink shoes rest side by side on the concrete. I place the reunited pair at the pump's base. A whisper, thank you. I spin. No one. The night is still. We hurry back to the fence, climb through, and drive to the side entrance. The cruiser's headlights flicker on their own. The engine idles, I kill it. We step inside. The hallway is quiet. Caldwell's office door stands ajar. Light seeps out. We exchange a look. I push the door open. Inside, Caldwell sits at his desk, hands folded. The laptop is closed. He looks relieved. Deputies, he says softly. You did it. I swallow. What now? He stands. Now, we let it rest. Nguyen frowns. What about the evidence? He gestures to the desk. The evidence lockbox sits open, empty. The shoes are gone. My heart thuds. They left? He nods. They were never meant to stay. I step forward. Who? He sighs. Memories. Lost children. They seek acknowledgement. You gave them that. I rub my temples. And now? He smiles sadly. Now you remember. He closes the lockbox. The latch clicks. The hallway light flickers. I glance at Nguyen. Let's get out of here. We step into the corridor. The clock reads 3:10 a.m. The side door opens onto the yard. The cruiser's gone. Only tire tracks remain. Nguyen, they took it? I nod. They always come back for it. She exhales. Then we walk. We head on to 287 on foot, footprints following us. Small prints on either side, guiding us south. The wind carries a faint lullaby. The desert stretches infinite. I raise my hand in farewell to the station's dark silhouette. Nguyen squeezes my arm. I step off the asphalt into the scrub. Nguyen follows. flashlight beams carving twin paths through mesquite and saltbush. The footprints flank us, tiny, perfect, leading south toward the horizon's faint glow. Our cruiser's gone, only tire tracks remain. The desert night hums with insects and distant radio static. My throat is dry, I clear it. What now? She shrugs. We follow, see where it ends. We walk. Each step kicks up dust that glitters in the beams. The lullaby drifts on the wind. Soft, a child's voice half remembered. My skin crawls. I swallow. After 10 minutes, we crest a low rise. Below, the abandoned Sinclair station sprawls again, neon dead, pumps still. But now, beside the station, a solitary figure stands under the canopy light. A man in a sheriff's uniform, back turned. Caldwell? No, this one is younger, shoulders hunched. He holds something small at his side. Nguyen. Deputy? I step forward. The man doesn't move. The beam picks out a child's dress. A little girl, hair damp. She stands beside him, hand in his. The shoes, both, are on her feet now. My heart stops. I whisper, "No." The man turns. Face gaunt, hollow eyes. Not Caldwell. Someone else's face, mine, 10 years younger. I reel. That can't be me. He lifts the girl's hand. She smiles, pure and sad. He kneels, brushing dust from her shoe. Then he stands, placing the shoe at the pump's base. He and the girl step back. The pumps hiss as if dispensing gas. The neon flickers once. I lift my flashlight, illuminating no one. They vanish. The station is empty. The shoes lie side by side. Nguyen catches up. What? I swallow. That was me, once. She shakes her head. Impossible. I kneel, pick up one shoe, it's warm. The other lies cold beside it. I slip them into my jacket. Let's go, I say. We climb the rise. The footprints stop at the station's fence. Beyond, the horizon brightens. Pre-dawn glow. The lullaby fades. The windmill chime echoes faintly. We slide under the fence. The ground is stiff with dew. I pocket the shoes in an evidence bag Nguyen carries. At the cruiser's spot, we find keys lying in the dirt. The ignition key and a sheriff's badge. The badge reads M. Nguyen. Her eyes widen. She picks it up. My badge. I crouch by the keys. They left them for us. She stares at the badge. Why me? I stand. You listened. You remembered. She pockets the badge. We walk back onto the road. The morning star glimmers. Moments later, headlights approach from the south. A lone sedan slows beside us. The driver's window slides down. A uniformed trooper, Texas DPS, stares out. Deputies Mills and Nguyen, he asks. I nod. He gestures us in. Command wants you at the Lamb County Sheriff's Office. Briefing in 20 minutes. Nguyen exchanges a look with me. I nod. We climb in. The sedan pulls away, leaving tire tracks beside ours. Inside, the trooper's radio crackles. Be advised, strange readings at Sinclair. Cameras down, personnel missing. Stay on your toes. I grip the edge of the seat. Understood. The trooper glances back. You two look beat. Need a medical unit? I shake my head. We're good. Nguyen rubs her arm where the badge burned her pocket. We roll north. The sky brightens to indigo. The desert hushes. I think of that younger me kneeling with the girl. The weight of years, of memories, presses on my chest. At the sheriff's office, the parking lot is full. Lights on in every window. We step inside. Caldwell stands waiting, flanked by DPS command staff. His face is solemn. Deputies, he says, thank you for your report. I glance at Nguyen, who holds the evidence bag. The shoes inside shift. Caldwell continues. We've lost 2 troopers at the Sinclair site. Haven't heard from them since 2 a.m. Their cruiser found abandoned, doors open, engine running. My blood runs cold. I step forward. What happened to them? He lowers his voice. No sign of struggle, footprints, child prints everywhere. They followed the tracks into the dark. Nguyen's hand tightens on the bag. I clear my throat. We found footprints leading away. We followed. We saw things. Caldwell inclines his head. Yes, you're not the first. Others have vanished. It always starts with the shoe. I swallow. What is it? He glances at the DPS captain. The captain nods. Caldwell turns back. Some kind of echo, a residual memory imprinted on the land, a child's last moments, looping. It lures those who listen. Nguyen, why shoes? He sighs. Shoes mark the boundary between the living and the lost. The child left them as markers, hoping someone would find them. I shake my head. They belonged together. We reunited them. He looks to the bag. Yes, we have both shoes, but the tracers, the footprints, don't end there. They continue beyond memory. My heart pounds. So those troopers, Caldwell's jaw tightens. We don't know. Search teams found nothing. The trackers lost the prints at the ridge. A beat. Then Nguyen steps forward. We have to go back. We have to follow them. I look at her, fear and determination warring in her eyes. I nod. Caldwell closes his eyes. You'll need support, DPS teams, K9s, aerial drones. I swallow. When? He glances at his watch. Now. Supplies and vehicles are being prepped. The DPS captain steps forward. Deputy Mills, Nguyen, you'll lead the team back in, document everything, bring our people home. I glance at the shoes in Nguyen's bag. The child's laughter echoes in my mind. The plateau, the circle, the younger me kneeling. I nod. We'll go. Caldwell places a hand on my shoulder. Be careful, and remember, you can't save them all, but you can honor their memory. I meet his gaze. We'll do our best. We turn to suit up. Nguyen shoulders her pack. I pick up extra flashlights, GPS beacons, comms gear. Outside, the morning sun bleeds gold over the plains. As we step into the convoy, DPS SUVs, K9 units, a drone rig, Nguyen glances at the shoes. Ready? I slip her a half smile. 10 to 8, let's chase ghosts. We climb into the lead SUV, the engine roars. The convoy moves out, tires humming on Highway 287. Behind us, the desert stretches infinite. The windmill chime drifts far off, a final lament. I lean back, eyes on the horizon. The road ahead is long, the answers farther. But we follow the footprints, into memory's heart, into the void where the lost wait. I ease the SUV off the blacktop onto the service road toward the old Sinclair site. The convoy fans out behind us. DPS rigs, K9 units, a drone truck idling. Morning light washes the desert in pale gold, but the air still feels heavy, like the world's holding its breath. Beside me, Nguyen checks her radio. All units, maintain staggered formation. Watch for small prints. Over. Static crackles back confirmations. The drone's propellers whine as it lifts, camera pod swiveling toward the station. I glance at the rearview mirror. No sign of the little footprints that followed us. Good. They stay behind, I hope. We crest the ridge. The Sinclair station crouches in the hollow below. Pumps rusted, neon dead. The windmill stands silent. No chime. I cut the engine. We're here. Deputy Alvarez, the K9 handler, pops out, leash in hand. His dog, a German shepherd, noses the air, hackles up. Tracker's on point, he says. The dog barks, eager. I step out, boots on gravel. The ground vibrates with drone rotors overhead. I raise my hand. The drone operator in the next vehicle nods, toggles controls. A live feed appears on a tablet mount. Bird's eye view of the station and surrounding fields. I tap the tablet. The footprints are faint but visible. a web of tiny tracks spiraling from the pumps toward the south field. They fan out, converge, vanish at the fence line. Beyond, the path climbs the plateau, just like before. I point. That's our route. Alvarez kneels by the pump. Found something. He holds up a cracked radio handset. Same model we saw before, battered, antenna broken. Static seeps from the speaker. I nod. Bag it. Nguyen places it in an evidence sack. I step to the pumps. The nozzle lies on the ground. I pick it up. The handle's warm. Fuel drips. I glance to the field. Footprints lead away. I follow. The K9 team moves out. The dog plunges into the sand, nose down. The footprints guide us south across the cracked earth. Each deputy watches their step. Each radio crackles updates. We cross the fence under the windmill's skeletal frame. No chime. The air is still. The plateau looms ahead. I reach the circle in the dirt. The two pink shoes lie side by side, memoriam. I kneel, brush sand off them. The dog circles, sniffs. Nguyen crouches beside me. We leave these, I ask. She nods. Markers. Let others see. I place the shoes back. The circle glimmers in the sunlight. For a moment, the air shimmers. The lullaby drifts, soft, distant. Then silence. I stand. Let's move. We climb the rise. At the top, a hornet's nest of footprints. Troopers, deputies, U.S., spiraling outward. The horizon shivers. The land beyond is empty. I radio the drone operator. Drop a marker at grid 32.754-103.218. Coordinates flash on the convoy's GPS. The drone beams down a waypoint. DPS SUVs fan out, setting perimeter. The K9 team moves to flank. I step to the edge. The ground falls away into scrub. No sign of the missing troopers. I grip my flashlight. Search teams, grid pattern, watch the fence line. We spread out. I move east with Nguyen. The desert heat rises. Each breath tastes of dust. Suddenly, the dog's bark echoes, a sharp, urgent cry. Alvarez emerges from brush, dog straining at the leash. He holds up a hand. We converge. On the ground, a trooper's boot, half buried. Next to it, a radio handset, untouched. I crouch, heart hammering. I radio in. Found boot and radio at grid marker. Possible trooper downrange. Nguyen snaps photos. The boot bears a name. Trooper, Ramirez. We bag both items. I glance toward the plateau's edge. The footprints continue over the rise. Beyond, a wash of mesquite and rock. I turn to Alvarez. Let's go. We climb. The dog leads, weaving between shrubs. The ridge crests. On the far side, a shallow arroyo, dry riverbed. The footprints descend into it. I step down. The hush is intense. The dog sniffs the air, whines. I follow the tracks. They head west toward a stand of juniper. Nguyen shines her light. Here, beneath a juniper, a body, trooper's uniform face down. I drop to my knees. The trooper's equipment belt is empty. No weapon, no badge, handcuffs gone. I turn him over gently. TPR Ramirez, pale, eyelids closed, no visible wounds. His radio rests in his hand. I pick it up. It clicks, static, then my voice, "Help me." I swallow. "Medic." I kneel, check pulse. Weak, alive. I radio command. "We have a trooper down. Medical needed ASAP at grid marker." Nguyen kneels beside me, covers Ramirez with her jacket. The dog sits quietly. I stand, voice tight. "We're not leaving him." She nods. "Team, move in." SUVs fan into the wash. Medics jump out, tend Ramirez. I watch as they load him onto a stretcher. He moans, drifts in and out. I step back with Nguyen. "He's alive," she exhales. "That's something." I look at the footprints climbing the far bank. They continue on into the empty desert. I glance at Nguyen. We follow or wait? She meets my eye. We follow. I nod. We move after the footprints. 2 deputies, a canine handler, and a wounded trooper in care. The rest of the team holds position. The land stretches, silent. The footprints lead on. The lullaby hums beneath the wind. We cross a salt flat. The ground cracks in polygons. The footprints bridge the cracks, unwavering. I scan the horizon. A shimmer, heat, mirage, memory. The footprints lead toward it. Nguyen grips my arm. Look. Ahead, ghost white in the glare, stands a house. A small farmhouse, long abandoned. Faded paint, sagging porch. No vehicles, no sign of life. Yet the footprints lead straight to its door. My breath catches. I wasn't here before. She nods. Memory overlay. I step forward. Each footstep echoes. The porch boards creak under our weight. I push the door. It swings inward. Dust motes swirl in the beam. Inside, empty living room, rusted stove. A child's chair, small, overturned. On the floor, scrawled in dust. 2 footprints leading to the hallway. I raise my flashlight. The beam catches a hallway lined with doorways. All closed except one at the end, dim light seeping out. I glance at Nguyen. After you. She steps forward, slow. I follow. The floorboards groan. The hush presses in. At the door's threshold, the footprints stop. On the floor, a single pink shoe. The right one, the left is missing. I swallow. They're apart again. She kneels, picks up the shoe. It's warm. I bag it. Behind us, the door clicks shut. We whirl. It's closed. No wind, no breeze. I grip my flashlight. We need to get Ramirez out. She nods. We do. I turn to the hallway. The other door at the end stands closed, faint light behind it. Footprints approach from inside. Tiny, silent. I draw my weapon. Stay here. She nods, hand on her radio. I step down the hall. Each board creaks. The light grows brighter. A low humming, like a lullaby on a loop. At the door, I press my ear. The humming stops. A silence. I push it open. Inside, a nursery. Moonlight through a cracked window. A crib in the center, mobile turning slowly. The little girl sits on the floor, back to me, rocking. Both shoes on her feet. The radio handset lies in the crib, speaker, still crackling static. I step in. Hey! She doesn't move. The lullaby starts again, soft, inviting. I clear my throat. We're here to help. She turns, eyes black hollows. She smiles, pure, sad. Then she stands, steps toward me. The floorboards creak. I raise my flashlight. The walls shift. Old family photos, peeling wallpaper, memories. She raises her arms. The lullaby peaks. The mobile spins faster. The radio bursts. Stay with me. My heart pounds. I take a step back. Footsteps behind me. Nguyen's flashlight beam crosses the doorway. Deputy Mills. I spin. She's at the threshold. We need to go, now. I glance at the girl. She tilts her head. Stay. My hand tightens on the radio handset. I lift it. We have to go. The girl's lips quiver. She reaches out. The room warps. Floor ripples like water. I pull Nguyen in. Go! We sprint out. The door slams behind us. The hall stretches endless. We run, boots on wood, until we burst into the living room, through the front door, into the desert sun. The farmhouse vanishes behind us, memory dissolving. The footprints end at the threshold. Nguyen gasps. That was unreal. I nod, chest heaving. Let's get Ramirez and get out. We emerge onto the plateau. The convoy's lights flicker below. The drone circles overhead. I tap my mic. We've got the trooper. We're exfil from Memory House, heading back to Maine. Static crackles. Affirmative calls. I look once at the empty desert, the farmhouse gone. The windmill chime drifts on the breeze. Nguyen touches my arm. You okay? I nod slowly. I think that was the last marker. She glances at the bag with 3 shoes. We reunited them. I swallow. Let's hope they rest now. We climb into the lead SUV. The engines roar. We descend the ridge. The convoy moves out, carrying Ramirez, the evidence, and 2 haunted deputies. Behind us, the desert stretches silent, the footprints erased by our passing. The lullaby fades into wind. I close my eyes for a moment. When I open them, the road is clear. The station is gone, memory dissipated. Dispatch crackles. Great work, team, bring everyone home. I rest my hand on the door. 10-4. We roll south into the rising sun. The past remains behind us. Marked, remembered, laid to rest. And I know wherever memories linger, someone will listen. I slide the recorder's mic closer, lean forward, and let the hush of the room fill the gaps between my words. The ticking clock on the wall is the only thing louder than my own breath. I'm Deputy Cole Mercer. It's 2:17 a.m. Lamb County time. I've been on shift for 10 hours, driving the same cracked ribbon of asphalt that cuts through 50 miles of scrub and abandoned pump jacks. Tonight, like every other night, I'm supposed to be alert. But I'm tired, in my bones. Still, I keep the engine running because out here silence can kill you. I remember pulling up on that empty pickup just south of Van Horn. No plates, doors unlocked, engine cold. I radioed it in. 10-8 on an unoccupied vehicle, mile marker 112. Static. I clicked off the mic. The beam from my spotlight trembled as I stepped onto the gravel, hearing nothing but the kick of pebbles under my boots. Then I heard it. A soft scrape, like nails on drywall coming from the mesquite line 50 feet away. My chest tightened. I swept the light. At first, nothing. Then, there, a shape, tall, too still, watching. I swallowed, lifted the mic. Dispatch, need backup. Code 6, west of 287. Nothing but crackle. I stepped closer, heart pounding. The wind picked up, rattling the loose siding on that long deserted gas station across the road. One lone bulb flickered. In its stuttered glow, I thought I saw a child's silhouette clutching something small, maybe a toy. Then the flicker died. Darkness swallowed it. I crossed the road, calling out, "Ma'am? Sir, you need help?" My voice sounded foreign, harsh in the quiet. The door to the station groaned as I nudged it. Inside, dust motes drifting through a shaft of moonlight. Broken soda machine humming. A CB radio on the counter spat static. Anyone copy this? A woman's voice, faint, urgent, then gone. I keyed the mic again. Silence. My flashlight caught movement in the corner, an old teddy bear face down in the dust. I picked it up, damp, rotten smell. A child's toy in a place where no child should be. That's when I heard footsteps behind me. I spun. No one, just the wind. But the gravel at my feet had fresh prints, small, barefoot, leading toward the derrick. I followed. Every instinct screamed to retreat, but curiosity pressed me on. At the base of the rusted structure, I found her. A woman in her 40s, hair tangled, eyes black hollows. She hugged herself, rocking. In her arms, the same bear. "Please," she whispered, "they won't let me leave." My spine froze. "Ma'am, this is the sheriff's office. You're safe." I reached out. She recoiled, mouth twisting into a grin that didn't reach her eyes. She tilted her head and pointed down the road, then turned and faded into the scrub. I ran back to my cruiser. Radio crackled, back up en route. ETA 5 minutes. I killed the engine, heart slamming. I watched that lone bulb across the road flicker back on as if nothing happened. I recorded all this, my confession, because I don't know who else to tell. The dispatcher marked the vehicle abandoned. Tow truck came at first light, no sign of the woman. No footprints beyond that single arc in the gravel. But on the recording, beneath my voice, you hear it. A child's laughter, software echoing. I played it once. I can't bring myself to listen again. I drove back out on patrol. The road was empty. The pump jack stood still against the stars. But I kept waiting to see her. The wind carried a faint whisper. "Stay with us." I switched off the recorder. The red light died. I'm still here. The road ahead is long. The night is endless. And I know she's out there, waiting. I hear the click as you start the recorder again. The room's dark except for the faint glow of the device's red LED. My voice comes out low, rough around the edges, like I've been whispering into the void for hours. It's 3:42 a.m. now. I never left that stretch of highway. I stayed. I watched the empty road, expecting her to reappear. Backup came and scoured the area at dawn. Nothing. No footprints, no vehicle, no woman, no child. Just the same cracked asphalt and the silent pump jacks. By mid-morning, I was back behind the wheel, radioing 10-8 on routine checks. The sun bleached the landscape, but it didn't burn away the memory of last night's darkness. I drove past the abandoned gas station. The bulb still flickered. I parked 50 yards away, cut the engine, and listened. Nothing but wind. I stepped out. Gravel crunched under my boots. I approached the station door. It was slightly ajar, as if someone had pushed it from the inside. Heart in my throat, I nudged it open. Inside, the air was stale. Dust coated every surface. On the counter, the CB radio lay face down. I flipped it over. The channel was dead. Then I saw footprints, small, bare, leading from the back room toward the basement hatch. I froze. The hatch hadn't been accessible before. It was rusted shut. Now the latch was loose. I pressed my hand to the cold metal and lifted. A narrow staircase led down into blackness. My flashlight beam darted across damp, cinder-block walls. The air smelled of mildew and something metallic. Blood? I swallowed hard, radioed backup anyway, though I knew they'd never come this deep. I climbed down. Each step echoed. At the bottom, I saw them. Dozens of small handprints smeared in dust on the walls. They climbed toward a door. My pulse hammered. I reached out, pushed it open. Inside was a child's bedroom, impossibly pristine. A single bed with a faded cowboy blanket. A shelf lined with untouched toys. A rocking horse. The teddy bear from last night sat center stage on the pillow. Its fur matted, one button eye missing. I stepped closer. The floorboards creaked. Then the door slammed shut upstairs. I jolted, spun. My light caught movement. A small figure hunched in the corner, rocking. I called softly, "It's okay, I'm here to help." The figure looked up. Empty eye sockets stared back. No face, just darkness. I lunged forward. The room spun. I stumbled, hit the ground. My radio slid away, still transmitting static. I scrambled for it. The static resolved into a child's voice, "Don't leave me." Then my own voice, whispering, "I'm not," and cut off. When I came to, I was outside. The basement hatch was closed, the station door shut. No footprints inside or out. My flashlight lay broken. My recorder was gone. I raced back to my cruiser. My hands shook so badly I could barely key the mic. "Dispatch, this is Mercer. I'm code 4, but request immediate mental health evaluation." They laughed it off. "Rough night, deputy?" I didn't correct them. I drove away, eyes on the rearview mirror. The gas station bulb winked out just as I passed. Now it's 5:08 p.m. I haven't slept. I keep replaying that room. The handprints, the bear, the faceless child. I can't tell what's memory and what's dream. I'm supposed to file a report. I'll write it as an abandoned structure, nothing more. No mention of the basement, no mention of the child. But I recorded everything, my confession. And I'll keep recording because if I stop, I'll start hearing her voice in my head again. Stay with us. I didn't go home. Couldn't. The station felt wrong, like it had swallowed something it shouldn't. Instead, I drove north on 287. Windows down, Texas wind slicing through the cab. Morning light burned away the stars, but it couldn't touch what I'd seen. By 7 a.m., I was at Wilbarger County line. Radio traffic was busy with wrecks and welfare checks. I radioed 10-8, but my words felt hollow. I parked under a mesquite tree off the highway, engine off. I sat there, heart hammering, listening. The wind carried an echo, laughter, soft, distant. I reached into my coat pocket. The recorder. I thumbed the play button. My voice filled the cab, then that laughter, then sobbing. I shut it off. Couldn't listen again, not yet. I stepped out and walked toward the brush. The dirt was cracked, sun-baked. I followed faint tracks, adult boot prints and smaller bear prints, leading into the scrub. My deputy boots sank into loose soil. My flashlight hung useless on my belt. The tracks ended at an old pump jack. Rusted arm, frozen mid-stroke. Beneath it, the ground was darker, oil seep stains. I crouched. There, half buried, was the teddy bear's button eye. I picked it up with a gloved finger. Sticky. I pocketed it. I stood. The wind moaned through the derrick's skeleton. I felt watched. I swept the area. Nothing but mesquite and dry grass. Then, a faint giggle behind me. I spun. No one. I radioed dispatch. Control, Mercer. I'm investigating possible evidence at mile marker 118. Requesting CS static swallowed my words. The radio died. Battery drained? I tapped it. Nothing. I drew my sidearm, chest tightening. This was no longer routine. I moved around the pump jack, eyes peeled. My boots kicked up oil-slicked dirt. The giggling came again, closer. I followed the sound into a shallow depression in the earth, like a forgotten well. Inside the pit was a child's shoe. Pink, scuffed, size small. Next to it, footprints pressed into the mud, even though the soil was dry. I knelt, traced the print, heel to toe, a perfect match to the ones at the gas station. My pulse spiked. I pocketed the shoe, climbed out. The pit's walls crumbled under my weight. I stumbled back. The giggling crescendoed, then stopped. Silence slammed in. I drove back toward Archer City, radio still dead. By 8 a.m., I was at dispatch. I handed over the eye and shoe. The clerk stared. "Where'd you get these?" "Field evidence," I said. "Request lab analysis." He frowned. "We'll get on it." He tagged them and locked them away. I walked out. The bulb at the station flickered in the distance. I watched until it died. Then I got in my cruiser and drove my patrol route. Lights off, engine quiet, listening for static, laughter, anything. By noon, the evidence tech called. The shoe contained no organic matter. The button eye, standard plastic, nothing unique. Tests inconclusive. I asked about prints. He sighed. Too degraded, no match. I closed the file, labeled it unidentified, filed it under cold cases, but I can't file it away in my mind. I carry that shoe in my locker. At night, I hold it, feel its worn leather, and remember that giggle. I never sleep, not since that night. Instead, I run the same circuit. From Van Horn down to Archer City, over to Wilbarger, back through Pecos County. I keep my cruiser lights off, engine idling, radio dead. I'm listening for static, for laughter, for the soft scrape of bare feet on gravel. Tonight, I parked at mile marker 115, near that broken fence by the dry creek bed. The moon is a sliver, barely enough light to read by. I step onto the asphalt, the air tasting like dust and oil. I hold the recorder close, whisper into it. It's been 3 nights. She hasn't shown, but I feel her. I walk the shoulder. Gravel shifts under my boots. I stop at the pump jack, still frozen mid-stroke. I set the recorder on a rock, back up 30 feet and call out, "If you're here, show yourself." My voice cracks. The only answer is wind rattling the derrick. I crouch, turn the recorder's playback on low. Yesterday's scratchy laugh echoes, then static. I hold my breath. The static resolves into a whisper. "Why'd you leave?" I jerk upright. The recorder spins itself off the rock and falls into the dirt. I grab it. The red light is blinking, but no file plays. The recording is gone. Panic flares. I check the device. Memory wiped. Every file erased. My confession, the laughter, the sobs, vanished. I slam my fist against the pump jack's base. Cold metal, no reply. I drop to my knees. I scoop up handfuls of dirt, searching for the recorder's mic, my hands clawing at the soil. Oil-dark earth coats my skin. I taste it. Desperation. Behind me, the wind chime hanging from the fence groans, though there's no breeze. Its metal tubes clang once, twice. I freeze. The chime never moves without wind. I stand, heart hammering. I step closer. The chime is still. I reach out. A child's laugh, bright, brittle, rings from the fence. I jerk back. My boots skid on loose gravel. The laugh stops. Silence. I press my ear to the fence post. Underneath the rough wood, I feel a vibration. A faint pulse, like a heartbeat. I press my palm flat. My glove picks up warmth, impossible warmth in the cool night. I trace the grain with my fingertips. There, an engraving. 2 initials inside a heart. M and E. They weren't there before. I search the post. More carvings. A date. 07-14-20. Today is May 7th, 2025. 5 years ago? I step back. The recorder in my coat pocket vibrates. I pull it out. It's playing. My voice from section 1. They won't let me leave. Then laughter. Then sobbing. Then a new voice. Soft, childlike. Stay. I drop the recorder. It shatters on the asphalt. Red light still blinks. I kick it away. Above me, the moon breaks from a cloud. In its pale glow, I see her, standing at the edge of the road, just beyond the pump jack. The woman, hair tangled, face turned away. A small shape at her feet, a child, both silhouettes black against the silver. I step forward. "Ma'am!" My voice falters. She raises a hand and points north. Mile marker 118. The child's head turns. Hollow eye sockets reflect moonlight. The teddy bear lies at their feet. I want to chase them. I want to step on the gas. But my boots are rooted. The air is alive with static. My radio crackles to life. Anyone copy, then nothing. She lifts the child. They melt into the scrub. The pump jack creaks, then groans as if starting to move. Its arm swings once, twice. The fence chime rings. The initials M and E glow white-hot in my vision. I turn and run for my cruiser. My breath comes in ragged gasps. I slam inside, lock the door. The recorder lies under the seat, dark, silent. I pick it up, no red light, dead. I drive north toward mile marker 118. Headlights cut through black. I slow at the marker. The fence post stands battered. No initials, no pump jack motion, no chime, just silence and gravel. I step out, gravel underfoot. I look back, nothing. I look ahead, nothing. My cruiser idles. I open the door. The recorder falls from my hand, lands face up. The red LED blinks. A new file appears. Section 4 continued. I press play. My voice, "I'm coming." Then laughter, far off, receding. I kill the engine. I grab my flashlight. I walk into the scrub. I came at mile marker 118 and found nothing but empty scrub. No footprints, no pump jack in motion, no woman or child. Only the faint echo of my own heartbeat. The recorder's last whisper, "I'm coming," loops in my head like a mantra. I tuck the recorder into my coat pocket and start walking north, following the faint ridge of cracked asphalt. Stars overhead blur as I spin beneath them, searching the darkness for movement. My sidearm feels heavy at my hip, comfortingly cold. I tap it reflexively. I reach the old cattle guard just past the marker. Bars of metal across a shallow ditch. I step over it and nearly stumble into a steel fence post. I run a hand along the wire. It hums, low, mechanical, no wind. I freeze. The fence vibrates under my palm, like something breathing on the other side. I pull back. The hair on my neck stands up. The road curves west. I follow. My cruiser sits silent in the distance, headlights off, idling. I should go back, should drive until the sun rises, but I can't. The night has me in its grip. I come to a dry wash, a rocky gully cutting across the road. Tracks lead down into it. Adult boots and small bare prints mixed in the sand. I crouch, study them. The child's prints follow the adult's, sometimes matching, sometimes diverging as if the child wandered, then caught up. The adult prints are my own, from when I chased them. But then they split. One set continues west. The small prints turn south toward open desert. My chest tightens. I shine the light into the wash. Shadows twist between boulders. I slip down after them, careful not to dislodge stones. My flashlight picks out scorpion tracks, dry lizard prints, and tiny footprints heading into a shallow cave mouth half buried by rocks and tumbleweed. I swallow. This cave wasn't on my map. I didn't see it earlier. I check my radio, dead, battery icon blinking red. I should call for backup, but there's no time. If they come, they'll find an empty wash. I crouch at the cave entrance. The air inside is warmer, stale. I can smell earth and something sweet, like old candy. I sweep my light across rough walls. Scratch marks, horizontal, as if little hands dragged along the stone. I step in. The beam catches a ragged scrap of cloth snagged on a rock. A piece of denim, frayed. I touch it. Coarse, familiar. My own jacket sleeve? No, it's too thin. Child-sized. I follow the prints deeper. The cave slopes down gradually. My flashlight flickers. My heartbeat pounds so loud I imagine it echoing off the walls. I whisper into the recorder, "Cave entrance. Mile marker 118, following tracks." My words come out tight, urgent. The passage widens into a low chamber. The ceiling is knee-high. I crouch. In the center, a circle of disturbed dirt. In the middle, a lone object. The teddy bear's other button eye, dirty and cracked. I pick it up with my fingertips. The bear's eye lies next to a child's shoe, mud-caked, the left one this time. How many pieces of her life have they left behind? I set the eye and shoe side by side. The circle around them is made of small stones, like someone tried to mark a boundary. I step closer. The stones shift under my boot. A faint hiss, like air escaping. I freeze. My flashlight beam catches movement. A slit in the cave floor, half hidden by dust. I kneel. The slit widens into a narrow crevice. Cold air rises from it. An unnatural draft in this sealed chamber. I press my ear to the ground. At first, nothing. Then a whisper. soft cooing, like a lullaby sung out of tune. I wrench back, heart in my throat. I shine the light down the crevice. Darkness. But for a moment I think I see a flicker. Tiny, pale fingers pressing against the stone. Then nothing. I unclip my sidearm, cradle it in one hand, and fish a slim folding knife from my boot with the other. I wedge the blade into the crack and pry. Rocks shift. The crevice widens enough for me to slip through if I crawl. My mind screams, "This is insane." A deputy doesn't crawl into unknown caves at 1 a.m., but I'm not thinking. I'm compelled. I drop into the gap. It's tight. Scratchy rock against my jacket. My flashlight's beam rests on stacked stone. A rough staircase leading down. Dampness seeps in. My boots slide. I descend, every inch of me trembling. At the bottom, the passage opens into a larger cavern. The air is thick, heavy with moisture. My light picks out shapes. Old oil drums, broken pallets, rusted barrels. This place was used. Someone stored things here. The floor is littered with footprints and mud, adult and child. I follow them toward a corner where the cavern slopes upward into another tunnel. I press on. The tunnel narrows again, then opens into a high-walled chamber lit by a shaft of moonlight from a fissure overhead. I shine the light up. A crack in the rock letting in a sliver of night sky. The stars look wrong, tilted. My beam pans the chamber. In one corner, a makeshift cot, a dirty blanket on a pallet. Next to it, a small pair of jeans and a child's t-shirt, striped. I step closer. On the blanket lies a photograph, a woman and child, smiling at a picnic table. The woman's face is blurred, smeared. The child's face is intact. Pale, wide eyes, mouth curved in a grin that chills me. I pick up the photo. The back reads in faded ink, M and E, July 14th, 2020. That date again, 5 years ago. My pulse spikes. I pocket the photo. My flashlight picks out movement behind me, a shadow flitting across the wall. I spin, nothing. The cavern is empty. Then I hear it. Footsteps on stone, slow, deliberate. Adult boots, coming from the tunnel behind me. I spin toward the opening. Darkness. I call out, "Hello?" "I'm law enforcement. Come out with your hands up." My voice echoes. No answer. I step backward. The floor tilts. My boot hits something soft. I look down, the teddy bear, complete now, missing one button eye but otherwise whole. How did it get here? I swear I had both eyes. Now only one. A low creak behind me. I whirl. At the far end of the chamber, the woman stands in shadow. Her hair hangs in damp strands. Her eyes, those hollow pits, focus on me. The child stands beside her, small, still. Both silhouettes edged in moonlight. I raise my flashlight. The beam shakes. The woman steps forward. Her bare feet make no sound on the rock. The child tilts his head, smile widening. I back away. My boot scrapes the photo on the floor. I kick it up. It flutters to rest near her feet. She bends, picks it up, studies it, then hands it to the child, who tucks it into his shirt. My sidearm feels heavy. I swallow. "You don't have to do this," I whisper. "You can come with me." They don't move. The woman's lips part. A whisper drifts across the cavern. "Stay with us." The child giggles. The sound ricochets off the walls, warping. My skin crawls. I tighten my grip on the gun. "I'm sorry," I murmur, voice cracking. I step backward toward the crevice. The woman and child drift closer. No sound, no hurry, just inevitability. I reach the crevice. The jagged opening gapes like a wound. I squeeze through on hands and knees. Behind me, the cavern trembles. A low rumble, rock shifting. I scramble upward. The stones press against my back. I emerge into the smaller chamber, collapse onto my hands, and haul myself into the wash. Dirt coats my uniform. I don't look back until I'm on the road, running for my cruiser under the moon. My breath is shards of ice. I slam inside, lock the door. The recorder lies on the passenger seat. I grab it, hit play. Section 5, my whispered confession, the child's lullaby, then the rumble. The rumble from inside the cave. And then silence. I sit, shaking. The engine idles. The open wash gapes in my headlights. The night is still. The cicadas silent. No sign of them. No footprints leading back. I know they want me to stay. The recorder's red light pulses, but its memory is full. No more recordings allowed. I don't know if I can leave it here. I stare at the recorder. The files are locked. I try to delete them. It won't let me. I shut it off. The red dot dies. I lean back, eyes on the dark wash. My phone buzzes, text from dispatch. Mercer, you? Good. You missed the last roll call? I don't reply. I gather my gear, I lock the cruiser. I pick up the recorder and tuck it into my coat. I step away from the wash. I walk north, toward whatever comes next. I step off the wash's edge and into the hard-packed dirt road, the night air sickly sweet with the scent of mesquite and oil. My boots leave shallow impressions next to the cattle guard tracks. I don't look back. The cave mouth yawns behind me like a secret I'm fleeing, but I can still feel its pull, a gravity in my bones. The recorder is warm in my coat pocket. Its red LED long dead, but I know it holds every terrified whisper, every hollow laugh, every tremor of my voice. I walk until the horizon lightens imperceptibly. The night cranes toward dawn. At mile marker 120, I pause. My cruiser sits where I left it, engine silent, lights off. I yank the door open, toss the recorder onto the passenger seat and collapse behind the wheel. My heart hammers against the steering column. I stare at the cave photo tucked in my breast pocket. The woman and child at the picnic table, blurred and smiling, date scrawled on the back. I rub the image through the fabric until it's soft. I twist the key. The engine coughs, idles. I shift into drive and head south, back the way I came, hugging the center line. The beam of my headlights cuts a tunnel through the dark. Every shadow at the edge of the light makes me brake. Lean forward, search. Nothing. Only emptiness and the long hum of my tires. At the gas station near Van Horn, I pull in under the lone, flickering bulb. It sputters overhead, casting uneven light on the cracked concrete. I kill the engine and step out. The night is still, save for the distant churn of cicadas waking for the dawn. I circle the station. No door ajar, no fresh footprints, just my own tracks leading in and out. I crouch by the pump jack. Oil stains blot the gravel. The bear's button eye I found lies half buried nearby. I retrieve it and tuck it into my pocket. I cross to the station door. It's locked. Inside, I can see dusty shelves and the overturned CB radio. I press my palm to the glass, fogging it. My reflection blurs with the station shadow. I whisper, "Why stay?" No answer but my own ragged breath. I drive on. The sky lightens to indigo, then steel. By the time I reach Lamb County headquarters, the sun is a pale disk on the horizon. I park, cut the engine, and sit. Dispatch buzzes on the radio. Deputy Mercer, roll call at 7 a.m. I click the mic, voice hollow. Copy that. They don't know what I've done. They won't understand the cave, the footprints, the woman, the child. They'd chalk it up to exhaustion or heat stroke. I step into the station. Faces glance up as I pass. I nod. They return to paperwork. My locker waits at the end of the row. I open it. Inside, my uniform, supplies, and the photo, now creased. I close the door on them both. In the squad room, I fill out my log. Night shift. Routine patrol. No incidents. I leave blank lines below. I can't write the truth. I can't admit the cave or the whispers. I can't admit I'm still listening for static on a dead radio channel. I walk out into the pale morning. The world smells of gasoline and breakfast tacos from the diner across the street. I tie my boots, adjust my badge. I'm a sheriff's deputy. I'm supposed to be steady, but the hush behind my eyes is louder than any siren. I get back into my cruiser. The recorder sits on the dash, inert. I pick it up, hold it in both hands. The casing is warm from my breath. I press the play button, static, then my voice. I walked into the cave. I saw them. A breath. Then the woman's whisper, "Don't leave again." Then the child's laughter, warped, distant. I shut it off, my hands tremble. I tuck it into the glove compartment. I slide into traffic, head toward my next call, maybe a stranded motorist, a welfare check. I drive with one eye on the mirror, expecting to see pale forms at the edge of the light. The road stretches out, a ribbon unraveling into the unknown. I never should have come back. I know that now. But I did. The road called me. The cracked asphalt ribbon cutting through the darkness. The silent pump jacks standing like sentinels under the stars. I followed mile markers until my headlights faded into the scrub. I stepped out into the night, the air dry and electric. The cave mouth at mile marker 118 yawned before me like a promise and a warning. I stood at its edge, heart hammering. The recorder lay on a rock, blinking its dead red light. I picked it up and held it to my chest. The photo of the woman and child was folded in my pocket, worn, creased, impossibly real. I whispered into the darkness, "This is it." Section 6. No wind, no cicadas. Only my breath and the distant hum of the ranch pumps. I stepped inside. The tunnel welcomed me like an old wound. Rock scraped my shoulders. The smell of damp earth and oil pressed in. I followed the muddy footprints, my boots sliding in the shallow trench they had formed. The footprints led to the low-ceiling chamber where the cot lay, the photograph resting on the blanket. I crouched, picked up the photo. The woman's blurred face stared back. The child's grin seemed to twist when I looked away. I tucked it into my pocket and swept the light around. The chamber was empty, until it wasn't. At the far wall, the woman stood, motionless, framed by the moonbeam from the fissure above. The child sat on the cot, legs swinging, humming that warped lullaby. The teddy bear lay on the floor, missing both button eyes now. I swallowed. "I'm here to help," I said. My voice cracked. The recorder trembled in my hand. The woman tilted her head, her lips parted. A whisper curled through the air. "Stay with us." The child laughed, a hollow, echoing sound that rattled the chamber. He patted the cot beside him. Invitation or trap? I couldn't tell. My deputy training screamed at me to leave. My heart screamed to run. But my feet moved forward, one step, two, until I stood before them. The air shifted. The caverns groaned. The pump jack above ground must have started again. The vibrations traveled through the earth. The fence chime's distant clang drifted down the tunnel, though there was no wind. I knelt, set the recorder on the cot. Hit play. Section 5's final whisper, "Don't leave again," filled the space. The woman's hand closed around my ankle, cold as moonlight. I froze. She pulled me forward. The child stood, tiny silhouette against the rock. He reached out, button eye in hand. He held it toward me. I recognized the date etched on its plastic surface. July 14th, 2020. Time fractured. I saw flashes. My cruiser idling under the flickering bulb, the gas station sign, the cracked fence post with M and E. Then a memory not my own, a picnic, laughter under the sun, the woman's face clear and smiling, the child's hand in hers. My mind reeled. This wasn't just haunting, it was history. Their story trapped in these rocks and darkness. They wanted witness. They wanted me. I stood. "I'm staying," I whispered. The word tasted like ash. The woman released my ankle. She stepped aside. The child climbed onto the cot and patted the space beside him. I sat, heart pounding. The cavern sighed. Moonlight shifted. The recorder blinked. I pressed record. My voice came. "I'm here. I stay." They smiled, her hollow eyes softening, the child's grin bright. The teddy bear's missing eyes lay between us like tokens. Above us, the pump jack's rhythm slowed, then stilled. The fence chime silenced. The cave grew still. I closed my eyes for a moment, peace, an impossible calm. Then the woman whispered, "Remember us?" I nodded. Tears I didn't know I had welled up. The child reached out, placed the teddy bear in my lap. I felt its fur, worn, comforting. The recorder's red light glowed steadily. I pressed stop. I rose. They faded. First the child, then the woman, melting into shadow until the chamber was empty. The photograph lay on the cot. I picked it up, folded it into my pocket. I crawled back through the crevice, dirt scraping my knees. I emerged into the wash, heart heavy. Dawn's first light paling the sky. My cruiser waited. I climbed in, drove south without headlights, radio still dead. At the station, I filed the final report. Evidence collected, abandoned cave, personal effects. No living subjects found. I attached the bear's button eyes, the shoe, the photo. They sent a team, archaeologists, historians. They found nothing beyond rusted barrels and broken pallets. The cave was deemed a former storage site, then sealed. Tonight, I'll retire it, lock it in the safe, but I won't forget. The red recording light glares at me through the grime on the console. I hear its slow blink, like a measured heartbeat in the stillness. It's 2:45. Lamb County night. I'm alone in this back room. The booth smells of stale coffee and old sweat. My shirt's damp at the collar. My voice comes out low, strained, as if I'm speaking through a pillow. I've done this 1,000 times. Flip the switch, record my thoughts, file my report. But tonight is different. Tonight I need to purge something. I need to get it out before it claws deeper. I was code 6 just before midnight. Riverside Market, mile marker 42, on Highway 287. The place looked abandoned. Boards over the windows, rusted pumps, one flickering bulb behind the counter. I stepped out of my cruiser. The engine ticked as it cooled. My boots crunched on gravel. I called it in. 472, code 6 at Riverside. Looks empty. Static answered. Then a voice, "Copy, 472. Keep your eyes peeled." They didn't say why, they never do. I moved under the yellowed glow of the sign. Riverside Market. The letters R and V had fallen off years ago. It read, ISEDMRKET, appropriate. I swept my flashlight across the lot. Broken fence posts, tangled weeds. An old windmill creaked in the breeze. The sky was clear, stars overhead, sweet Texas stars, cold comfort. I stepped toward the front door. The glass was gone. Inside was darkness. I aimed my light. Dust motes danced. Empty shelves. A tipped-over display rack. Nothing alive, no footprints besides mine. I crouched, ran a hand along the floor. Fine dust, no prints, no sign anyone had been here in years. I straightened, listened. The only sound was the hum of the air conditioner in the back room, and my own breathing. I radioed, "Dispatch 472, Negative findings. I'm moving on. The words felt hollow. I turned back to my cruiser. That's when I heard it. A whisper, faint, like someone on a CB radio, voice breaking up. Anyone copy this? I froze. The static crackled. No answer. I pressed my ear to the mic. Dispatch? Someone just... My voice trailed. I clicked off the radio. Silence. I scanned the lot. Nothing. My heart picked up. I patted my vest. Hand rested on my sidearm. Instinct, habit, comfort. Then a soft bark. A dog. Close. I swung my flashlight toward the fence. Nothing. The bark again. Sharp. A low warning. I stepped forward. The beam found a German Shepherd mix. Ribs showing. Fur matted. It stood 30 feet off. Eyes reflecting my light. Tail stiff. I relaxed slightly. At least it was something real. I holstered my weapon. "Hey, boy," I said. My voice echoed. The dog growled, hackles raised. Not friendly. I raised my hand slowly. Easy. It took a step toward me, then barked and vanished into the darkness. My stomach knotted. Dogs don't appear and vanish, not without a trail. I scanned the brush. Nothing. I radioed 472. I had a canine visual. It bolted into the brush north side. I'll check it out. No reply. I clicked twice. Static. I edged toward the fence line. The gravel path gave way to cracked asphalt, then hard-packed earth. My flashlight caught a boot print. Fresh. Deep in the dust. Oversized, steel-toed, too big for mine. I crouched, ran a finger along its edge. The soil beneath was damp. It had rained 2 nights ago. The damp was recent. I stood, heart thudding. I debated, follow it or retreat. Backup was due in 5 minutes. Standard. I glanced at my watch, 2:50. They'd arrive soon. I stepped back. Figured I'd wait. I turned to leave. A whisper of movement behind me. I spun. Light sliced the dark. Nothing. I took a step back. The windmill's creak sounded like a child crying. My breath caught. I told myself it was my mind. Lone deputy. Too many hours. Too little sleep. I radioed. Dispatch, scratch that. I'm heading back to cruiser. My voice shook. Backup ETA 2 mics. Silence. Then, copy 472, hold position. They meant stay by the pumps. I did. I leaned against the cruiser, tried to calm my breathing. The engine's cooling tick, tick, ticked. I closed my eyes. Listened. The dog's bark, the windmill. My heart. Then a faint scraping. Gravel shifting. Behind the boarded counter. I swung around. Light beam jittered. I swallowed. I walked toward the door, each step slow, mind racing. I stepped into the building. The door frame creaked. Inside, dust. I shone my light at the back room door. It hung ajar. The hum of the AC louder here. I approached. The handle was warm. Someone had been here recently. I pushed in. The room was small. A desk, old filing cabinets, papers strewn. A recorder sat on the desk. Tape inside. I flicked it on. It clicked. Silent. I pressed play. Static. Then a voice. Faint. Distant. Can't keep running. He's out there. Still watching. Then a rasp of breath. A pause. 05-12-2015 Lamb County. Help me. The tape cut. My blood ran cold. May 5th, 2015. I wasn't here then. I was still cadet in Austin. That date belonged to Deputy Jack Maddox. He vanished on night shift, never found. His cruiser discovered abandoned at mile marker 45. No sign of struggle, no body, just gone. I staggered back, my mind clawed. The initials on the barn, my name carved with that date. Cole Harland. May 5th, 2015. Jack's disappearance. My initials. On that barn, in that same county. I pressed my palm to my mouth. I reached for my radio. Dispatch, you copy? I found a recorder with a tape. It mentions Maddox. He disappeared years ago. My voice trembled, static, then, "Backup's arriving. We copy the rest on scene, relief and dread." I'd wait, but I didn't want to talk. Not yet. They showed up, 2 cruisers. Headlights cut through the dark. Engines idled. I walked out, hands raised. They had flashlights, weapons drawn. I stepped into the beam. 472, I said. "We got something." They escorted me back to the back room. One of them dusted for prints. The other played the tape again, same whisper, same date. They looked at me, hard. I swallowed. I hate feeling weak, but I was. They took the tape as evidence. I left the barn print. They bagged it. I turned away. I sat in my cruiser, engine off. The night pressed in. I wanted to leave, drive until dawn. But I stayed. I watched the lot, the windmill, the empty pumps. I thought about Jack. Alone out here, what he saw, what he heard. Did he record his own tape? Did he carve his name on that barn? Was he warning someone? I shut off the recorder light. The console went dark. I keyed the mic. "Dispatch 472, I'm code 7, out of service." No response. Typical. I sat. The breeze stirred the papers on the desk. Outside, the dog barked again, faint. Farther off, then silent. I closed my eyes, tried to steady. The memory of that whisper burned fresh. I don't know what happened to Jack Maddox. I don't know who carved my name with his. I don't know why that dog appeared or why the tape replayed a dying confession. All I know is, out here, the night holds on to secrets. It buries them in dust and rust. It whispers them through static and wind. And if you listen, you might hear them too. But some secrets, some stories, are meant to stay in the dark. I let the engine tick. The tape recorder's light blinked once more. Then nothing. I leaned back, closed my eyes, and waited for dawn. I eased the cruiser door shut. The engine's tick fades. Behind me, the station lights hum low. I slip the recorder back on, the red glow steady, insistent. 5 minutes until backup clears out. 10 minutes until I pretend none of this happened. But I'm not ready. I step off the asphalt onto the hard-packed shoulder. The air's colder here. The mesquite casts long black fingers. My boots sink slightly in loose gravel. I whisper into the mic, 472 moving to investigate footprints. Copy. Static. I kill the radio. The boot prints lie in a shallow trench of dust. They lead north, toward the dead pumps, then curve into scrub. I follow. Every crunch underfoot sounds like a shout. My flashlight cuts a narrow cone. Everything else is nothing but ink. Past the pumps, I find more prints. Closer together now, as if whoever made them stopped. I crouch. The soil is darker here, moist, fresh. I trace the edge, the tread pattern, military style, heavy duty, not local, not ranch hand boots. Someone came prepared. I stand. The wind picks up. A wind chime far off rattles. An old oil rig derrick with loose pipe segments. It sings an eerie tune. I swallow. My hand tightens on my flashlight. I move into the brush. Mesquite thorns snag my jacket. The beam catches a broken fence. Rusted barbed wire. Beyond it, a shallow depression in the earth. A dry pond bed. I step in. Footprints vanish. In their place, drag marks. A long scrape, gouged in the clay. Something heavy pulled north. I crouch, heart hammering. The scrape ends at a flat stone. I kneel. The stone is smooth. Cold. My breath fogs the beam. On the stone, a smear, brown-black, dried. Leather glove. I touch it. Sticky. I jerk back. Blood? Old, not fresh. Ancient. I close my eyes. Picture Jack Maddox, alone on night shift. Did he kneel here? Did he leave this mark? I lean close. The smear forms a shape. A crude arrow pointing north. Toward the highway. Toward Van Horn, 16 miles away. Toward nothing. My radio crackles. 472, are you still there? Dispatch. I hold the mic away, my voice low. I'm alive, found drag marks, possible evidence. I'm proceeding with caution. Static, then copy. Be advised units en route from Van Horn. ETA 10 minutes. 10 minutes, 2 miles, enough time to vanish. I rise, follow the arrow's direction. The ground slopes up. I emerge onto a ridge overlooking the highway. A lone headlight far southbound. No other traffic. The road glistens pale under starlight. I step closer to the edge. The drag marks climb toward the asphalt. I lean over. Below, near the center line, something dark lies in the road. I raise the flashlight and drop it. My stomach lurches. A tired tread imprint encircles a dark stain. Fresh. Not blood. Oil? No. Thicker. A smear of dark red. My stomach turn. I lean in. At the smear's edge, a fingerprint pressed into the asphalt. Small. A child's? No. Diminutive, but adult. Someone knelt here. Someone alive recently. My mind races. Jack. Could he have stumbled here in 2015, pressed his hand in warning? Or was it Deputy Harland, me, years from now? I kneel, trace the fingerprint. It smudges under my glove. I jerk away. I stand, spin. The wind carries the sound. Engine idling. Backup, or something else. I step back into the brush. The ridge top drops away. I crouch behind a yucca, heart pounding. The light from the cruiser sweeps the ridge. 2 figures approach, silhouettes. One carries a flashlight, the other a rifle. I radio. 472, visual on units, 2 approaching from east. My voice steadies. I'm okay. They cross the highway, boots crunching. I step out, hands raised. Relief floods me. Deputy Harland, one says. It's Marshal Vega from Van Horn Station. Sharp eyes. You called this in? I nod. Found prints, drag marks, fingerprint, tape confession. I hold up the recorder. The red light pulses. Vega's partner kneels by the smear on the road. We'll get forensics. He glances at me. You good? Concern, edged with suspicion. I swallow. I will be. I glance back north. The road stretches empty. Did you see the dog? I ask softly. Vega's brow furrows. Dog? A shepherd. Appeared by the pumps. Vanished. My voice trails. Vega exchanges a look. No canine called out, no reports. He stands. Let's get you back. He motions. I follow, boots slipping on loose gravel. As we climb back to the ridge, I peer at the smear on the road. The fingerprint? Gone. Cleaned by the wind. Unlikely. Fresh asphalt. Number had vanished, like the dog. I reach the cruiser. Backup is logging evidence. I step aside, watch them work. The tape, the prints, the smear, they bag everything. Vega watches me. When they finish, Vega hands me a bottle of water. I drink. The cold liquid soothes my jaw. He lowers his voice. Cole, you sure you want to keep pushing this? His look means some things are better left alone. I meet his gaze. I need to know. My voice firm. What happened to Maddox? Who carved my name? What's out there? Vega's eyes soften. Be careful. Some roads, they don't welcome visitors. I nod. I climb into the cruiser. The recorder clicks off. Vega's light dims. The windmill's chime echoes. I watch the dark highway. They drive me back to Riverside. The station's windows glow. Inside, the air conditioner hums. I step out. The back room door closes behind me. I kill the recorder. The red light fades. I file the evidence. I write the report. Every detail, the arrow stone, the drag marks, the smear, the vanished fingerprint, the dog, the tape. But I leave out one thing, the carving on the barn, my initials and that date. I can't prove it, only I saw it. I lean back in the chair. Dawn creeps pale through the blinds. I close my eyes. I should feel relief, but I don't. The night still coils in my veins. The questions echo. Who's marking these places? Why my name? Why Jack Maddox's date? I reach for the recorder, hit play, static. Then my voice, if you're listening, keep your eyes open. I kill the tape, stand, gather my gear. Outside, the wind rattles the sign, ISEDMRKET, Riverside Market. The night surrenders to morning, but its secrets remain. I step out into the pale glow of pre-dawn. The air is still. Even the cicadas have gone quiet. My cruiser's taillights fade as I close the door. I carry only the recorder in my hand now. No weapon, no coffee. Nothing but this thing and my praying nerve. I head east, back toward the pumps. The ash-gray sky above Wilbarger County lightens imperceptibly. I follow the path where the dog appeared. Gravel shifts underfoot. The mesquite stands silent, motionless. My feet carry me almost automatically. My mind reels through details. Jack Maddox's tape, the carving, the footprints, the smear on the road, the wind chime on the derrick, the dog's eyes, Vega's warning, my promise to push on. At the pump island, I pause. The broken sign reads ISEDMRKET in ghostly relief. I sweep the flashlight. No movement, no dog, no prints. Only the stubborn stain of oil and dust. I kneel, fingers brush the ground. The soil is cold. I trace imaginary lines where the prints led. I close my eyes. In the dark, I see them, boot treads, dragged shapes, a kneeling figure pressing a hand into asphalt. I open my eyes. The ground is empty. I stand. My recorder light blinks. I press record. They say the mind fills in gaps, patterns and randomness. But I remember exactly what I saw. I walk north, away from the pumps, into scrub brush. Each step higher on the ridge brings me closer to open sky. The sun bleeds pale orange on the horizon. The wind picks up, rattling the fences. I reach the barn site. The ruin stands silent in dawn's gray. Boards hang loose. Rusted beams jut out. I approach the side where the carving was. My heart hammers. I brush away debris. The wood is splintered. The carving is gone. No letters, no date. Only raw wood, rough grain. I kneel, pull out a small flashlight, angle the beam. No shadow of the letters, no trace. I rub my thumb over the spot. Nothing. My initials never existed. The date never existed. Jack Maddox never existed, except on that tape, in that recording. I press my palm to the wood. It's warm from the rising sun. I taste sickness. I record. The carving vanished. The wood is raw, no trace. I don't know what to believe. My voice echoes. I step back, lean against the barn. The recorder swings on its cord. I stare at the empty wood. A crow calls. Wings beat overhead. I swallow. Behind me, the ridge slopes to the highway. I glance west. Traffic flows now. 2 pickups, a sedan. Normal, mundane, unaware. I turn east. The land is empty. Nothing but wind and scrub. I know I should leave, report what I can, file it, move on. But something pulls me deeper. I step around the barn. A narrow path leads down into a shallow gully. Drag marks might have crossed here. I descend. At the bottom, the ground is soft. I kneel. The soil holds impressions. Thousands of tiny prints, insect tracks, wind-blown debris. And one set, small, almost child-sized. Bare footprints pressed in mud. Too small for Maddox, too small for me. Someone walked here barefoot. I follow them. They lead to the gully's far side, where a rusted barrel lies on its side. The barrel's opening gapes like a mouth. I shine my light inside. Darkness. I lean closer, a scuff of movement. I jerk back. My recorder swung down, caught on a root. I free it. The red light blinks. I raise the flashlight into the barrel. Inside, a fragment of fabric. Faded blue, denim, a child's jeans pocket. I reach in, pull out the scrap. It's frayed, stained. I bring it close. Smell of oil, earth, something faintly sweet. My heart twists. A child, here, alone, or left. I press record, voice low. Found fabric. Child-sized. Blue denim pocket, no writing, no indication whose. But someone small was here. I stand. Wind gusts. The barrel creaks. I step back. The gully feels alive, shadows shifting. I swallow. I climb out. The ridge looms above. The barn behind me seems to watch. I walk back to the barn side. Lean my shoulder against the wood. Close my eyes. I think of Jack Maddox. Rookie deputy. Vanished. No body, no answers. I think of my name carved in wood, then gone. I think of the dog, the tape, the prints, the fingerprint vanish, the denim scrap. I open my eyes. The barn stands empty. The world brightens. I descend to the highway, hit the recorder stop. Silence. I walk to my cruiser. The engine's hum greets me like an old friend. I climb in, buckle up, slide the denim scrap into an evidence bag. I radio dispatch. 472, I have possible evidence, a piece of denim. I'm returning. Request lab analysis. Calm, professional. I kill the recorder. The cruiser rolls onto Highway 287. Dawn spreads gold over Texas. The road stretches endless. I drive west toward Lamb County Station. Questions swirl. Who wore those jeans? Where did the prints come from? Why carve my name? And why erase it? Was Jack ever here, or is this place hungry? Does it swallow names, carve them, then spit them out? I reach Riverside Market. Backup packs up. Vega nods. He sees the bag. What did you find? He asks. I hold up the denim. Maybe a kid wandered here. Maybe it's nothing. My voice is flat. He studies it. We'll run it. He pockets the bag. Good work. I nod. Step back. The station door closes behind me. Inside, the AC hums. Fluorescent lights click on. The back room awaits. The recorder sits on the console. Silent. Still blinking red. I open the recorder. Press play. Static. Then my voice from before. If you're listening, keep your eyes open. I stop it. Eject the tape. Hold it. Smooth plastic etched with dust. I whisper, "Who are you?" No answer. Only the hum of machines. I bag the tape. Label it. I look at the clock. 6:15 a.m. Sunrise. Shift change. I should rest. Sleep. Forget. But I can't. Not yet. I gather my gear. Step into the corridor. The station wakes around me. I walk out to my cruiser. Slide in. Buckle. I look at the horizon. The road beckons. I start the engine and drive back into the dark. Bip. Burr. Bip. Burr. The recorder sputters in my hand. I kill the buzzing. The station's fluorescent lights hum overhead. It's 6:45 now. Morning shift filing begins in 20 minutes. I've logged the denim, the tape, the prints. I've typed my report, every detail except one. I lean back in the chair, eyes closed. The world tilts. I shouldn't, but I need to know. I hit record again. Silence. I whisper, "This is Deputy Harland, Section 4. I pause, breathe. The chair creaks. I walked back out after the denim, drove the cruiser east on 287. The horizon burned gold, normal. Sunday morning traffic, a pickup hauling hay, a family sedan, nothing unusual. But I couldn't shake the feeling. I tapped the mic. I turned off at mile marker 47. A dirt road leads south into scrub. I followed it. Boots on pedal, engine low. The road narrowed. Mesquite closed in. I parked where tire ruts faded. My voice is low, distant. I stepped out. The world was quiet. No wind, no birds, only the hum of my own blood. I followed footprints, bare prints, and heavy treads side by side. They led to a hollow under an overhang of limestone. I hear the scrape of my chair as I lean forward. I crouched. Underneath, someone carved symbols into rock, not letters. Angular shapes, a circle with spokes, a broken triangle. They glowed faintly in dawn light, like phosphorescent fungus. I pressed my hand to the rock. It pulsed, warm, alive. My breath hitches. I traced the shapes. The triangle pointed toward the barn. The circle centered on the pump island. The spokes led to the highway, a map, a ritual, a warning. I swallow. Then I heard laughter, quiet, a child's laugh, behind me. Static crackles. I spun, nothing. The hollow was empty, but footprints, small, bare, led deeper into brush. I pause. I followed until the path ended at a rusted gate. Beyond, an old cemetery. Wooden crosses tilted. No names, just dates. All the same, May 12th, 2015. My voice breaks. Jack Maddox's date. One grave had my name, Cole Harland, carved crudely. No body, just soil turned. I gasp. I ran. Back to the cruiser. Engine roar, tires spinning. I didn't stop until Riverside. Silence then. They'll find the grave. They'll dig. But what if it's empty? What if it never was a body? What if it's a marker for me? I lean back. Chair legs scrape. I'm out of time. Shift starts. They'll expect me inside. My voice drops. If you hear this, know I went back. I had to. I needed to see. I needed to know. I hit stop. The recorder goes silent. The red light fades. I open my eyes. The station is alive now. Officers filing in, coffee cups, morning briefs. I stand, gear in hand. I step into the corridor. I leave the recorder on the desk, unlabeled. I walk out into the sunlit yard. My cruiser waits. I pause, hand on door. Behind me, the tape sits blinking red. I step into the cruiser. Engine turns over. I drive toward the old cemetery gate and into whatever waits beyond. I kill the engine and step onto the cracked pavement. The cemetery gate yawns before me. 2 rusted iron posts, sagging chain link. Dawn's light slices through mesquite, casting long shadows that twist across sun-bleached crosses. The air smells of baked earth and wilted grass. My boots crunch on gravel. I carry only the recorder and a folding shovel from my cruiser's trunk. I pause at the gate. The world is silent. Even the wind has stilled. I press record. My voice is low. Deputy Harland, Section 5. I'm at the cemetery off the old service road, 6 miles east of Riverside Market. The gate's unlocked. No lock, just rust and neglect. I promised I'd come back. Now I'm here. I push through the chain. Metal squeals in protest. Inside, rows of makeshift graves, wooden stakes, unmarked stones, sunken earth. All bear the date May 12th, 2015. No names, no headstones. An entire field of disappearance. My heart hammers. I step forward, each breath tastes of dust. I scan the graves. One mound lies freshly turned, soil darker, loose. Around it, footprints, one set heavy, boot tread, another bare, small. They mirror the prints I followed before. I kneel at the fresh mound's edge. The shovel feels heavy in my hand. My glove grips the handle. I dig a test scoop. Soil gives easily, dry below the top layer. I press the blade deeper until it hits something solid. Wood. A coffin lid, a box. My pulse spikes. I clear dirt away. Rough boards appear, unpainted, splintered. I lift a corner. The wood groans. Beneath, nothing but darkness. I shine my flashlight into the cavity. Empty. No body, just hollow space. My stomach lurches. I pull back. The hole yawns. I shine light across the grave field. The other mounds stand silent, waiting. I wonder if each holds the missing. Jack Maddox, others lost to this land, but this one, empty, a marker, not a burial. I stand. Wind stirs. A distant crow caws. The recorder blinks. I take a breath. Empty, I whisper. No body, just a marker. Someone wanted me to dig, wanted me to see absence. I step away from the grave. My boots dislodge clumps of dirt. I follow the path toward the largest cross, a weathered timber leaning at a tilt. At its base, stones arranged in a circle. In the center, a child's sneaker, pale canvas, laced but worn. I crouch, pick it up, tiny. Too small for any deputy, too small for an adult. I cradle the sneaker. The sole is scuffed. The inside smells faintly of baby powder and soil. I feel a tremor. Anger, fear, sorrow. I press record. Found sneaker. Child size. No name. No other shoe. Someone left this as a sign. I place the sneaker back. Step around the circle. The stones seem arranged intentionally. 6 stones like hours on a clock. I count 1, 2, 6. 6 sections, 6 disappearances. 6 bodies unburied, 6 markers. A sudden scraping behind me, I spin. The shovel lies half buried, no one there. The air ripples. A soft sob, distant but clear. A child's cry. My blood runs cold. I follow the sound toward the far fence. It leads to a collapsed mausoleum. Stone blocks toppled, vines crawling inside. The sob echoes from within. I raise my flashlight. The beam cuts into blackness. I step inside, rub my hand on a fallen block. The sobbing stops. Silence. I edge deeper. The beam catches writing on the wall, scratchings in mortar. Find me. Beneath, a small handprint in dust, bare, child-sized. My heart pounds. I reach out, dust flares, the handprint vanishes, or blends into the wall. I blink, it's gone, I swallow. The ground trembles, gravel shifts. I think I hear footsteps above, in the open sky. I dash outside. The crows have taken flight. Their wings beat like thunder. I look back at the mausoleum. The entrance yawns empty, no sign of movement. The sob is gone. I check my recorder, it's still blinking. I play back, find me. The scratch is faint, distant. Then a whisper, help me. I kill playback, my own voice shakes. I close my eyes, breathe. I know I should leave, run, never come back. But I can't, not yet. I record one last note. 6 markers. Empty graves, child's shoe. Scratch on wall, find me. This place is alive with absence. It's calling me, and I will come back. I stand. The sun climbs higher. The cemetery lies silent once more. I step through the gate, boots on gravel, recorder off. I reach my cruiser, slide in, engine rumbles. I drive away slowly, eyes on the rearview mirror. The cemetery fades into dust and mesquite. But I know it waits, and I will return. Recorder still holds section 5. I close my eyes, lean back, and wait for night. Recorder light blinks once, then I kill it. The cruiser's engine idles, dawn's colors fade into high sun. I've logged section 6. I'll speak now, so this is the last thing I hear in the dark. I step from the cruiser onto sun-baked gravel. Heat ripples off the asphalt. The cemetery gate stands open behind me. Invitation or warning, I don't know. I carry only the recorder and my service flashlight. The folding shovel rests in the passenger seat. I press record. My voice is hollow. Deputy Harland, Section 6, last entry. I came back at midnight, couldn't wait until morning. Needed the cover of darkness. The cemetery calls then. Static crackles. I pause. The hum of insects drifts in. I cross the field toward the fresh mound I dug. The boards I pried open lie discarded. I kneel at its edge. The earth has settled. I lean in, whisper, empty. My breath fogs in the beam. I run a gloved finger along the coffin rim. No body, no coffin, just that void. I close my eyes. The silence presses. I stand and circle the grave field. Shadows stretch long under moonlight. I follow the 6 markers, the tilted crosses. Each marks absence, each date, December 5th, 2015. Maddox, the others, unknown. 6 souls lost, 6 secrets buried in plain sight. I come to the largest cross, the stone circle. The child's sneaker lies at its center, ghost white under starlight. I pick it up. The canvas is frayed. I cup it in my hand. The sole bears a tiny footprint. Not mine, not Jack's, someone else. Child small, adult sharp. I place the sneaker in my pocket. I move to the gully with the barrel. The rusted drum yawns under a hackberry tree. I kneel, reach inside. My hand closes on the denim scrap. I pull it out. The fabric smells of oil and earth. Next to it, buried shallow, a second sneaker, its mate. I lift both. They match, a pair. I cradle them. I imagine the child, alone, here, afraid. I press record. Found both shoes. Someone brought them here. Someone small walked these graves. My voice quavers. I stand, walk to the mausoleum. The stone blocks loom. I push inside. Darkness. I sweep the beam. Dust motes swirl. The scratch on the wall. Find me. Glows faintly in memory, but the wall is smooth now. I trace the mortar. Nothing. I step deeper. The sob returns, soft, echoing. I follow it. It leads to a low alcove. The beam catches a face. A child's doll, porcelain cracked, one eye missing. It lies on the ground dressed in faded calico. I pick it up. The doll's good eye stares at me, glass and sorrow. A whisper. Thank you. The voice is a breath. I spin. No one there. My recorder blinks. I press play. On playback, my voice from section 5, then a new whisper. Find me. I kill playback. The doll's weight in my hand feels warm. I tuck it beside the sneakers. I step outside. The wind picks up, carrying this voice. Laughter, distant, child's laughter, echoing across graves. I shiver. I follow the sound off the ridge, down into mesquite. The path is faint. I push through brush. The laughter fades. I come to the highway's edge. No headlights, no footprints. I turn back. The cemetery gate swings closed. When did that happen? I walk up. It's latched by a length of barbed wire, newly twisted. My recorder blinks. I record one final note. Gate closed. Barbed wire fresh. Someone sealed the field. As if to keep me out or keep something in. I stop recording. The red light dies. I walk back to the cruiser. My gear is heavy. Jeans pocket, sneakers, the doll. I place them on the passenger seat. I climb in, buckle up. The engine roars. I drive east on Highway 287. The sun has risen fully. The road is empty. I glance in the mirror. The cemetery drifts behind me, a dark shape in sunlit dust. I think, this story never ends. The graves are empty. The markers stand. The child's items lie in my cruiser. The tape holds whispers. The barn carving erased itself. The prints vanished. The fingerprint gone. The place rewrites itself when I'm not looking. I reach Riverside Market. The pumps stand silent. The sign reads ISEDMRKET. I park, climb out. Marshal Vega waits, coffee in hand, eyes weary. He nods. You got it? I hand him the doll and sneakers. He takes them, brow furrowed. I show him the denim and badge. He pockets everything. He asks, Body? I shake my head. Empty. Nothing. He whistles low. Then it's a message. A warning. I nod. Or a lure. He studies me. You all right? I force a smile. Better than the dead. I reach into the cruiser, pull the recorder, hold it out. Section 6. He takes it. You done? I glance at the silent pumps. The endless highway, the windmill in the distance. For now. He nods. Let's get you inside. We walk to the station. Doors click. A sea hums. The world of paperwork and coffee awaits. I stop in the corridor, turn back. I see the recorder's red light through the glass. It blinks once, then nothing. I whisper, "Good night." I step inside and leave the dark where it belongs, or so I tell myself.